And we're back
We're back.
at the Cozy Show officially. As you can see, there's no questions, huh? There's no questions about it right here. The Cozy Show with my co-host, my dear friend Chris Mariska. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Great. Ready to get started.
Yeah, better own the day. Own this pod.
Own the day.
Yeah.
Damn, we should get that too.
Oh, that'd be good actually.
I don't know if I said this. I'm pretty sure I did on the pod. I wanted to get I was gonna say either OTW or FBZ on the under part of my lip.
Oh, it's added?
Yeah.
Wow.
For like Own the Day or Flapper Zombies.
Nice.
I'm glad I didn't get the Flapper Zombies ones. Not glad, but I'm like, But the Own the Day would have been a good phrase to have, you know?
Yeah.
It's Angel has it tattooed.
Fuck me, dude. I keep fucking with that. Sorry. Anyways, that's a good one. I like that it's simple, you know, OTW, and then it's enough like vagueness to where people are like, what does that mean? And then you're like, oh, questions. It's actually something I kind of live by. And, you know?
Do you think you'd get annoyed of like people asking you for the reasons, or are you the type to be like, dude, that's so cool, like just ask me?
I think I get pretty wet. Like if you ask me, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll tell you. Like,
I'll tell you my whole
matter
life
of fact. Yeah, I think I'd like it.
It's weird because like there's a lot of people who are just like either or, like, you know, like if you heard that one, it's like, oh, like I hate when people ask me for a meaning of things or like, you know, consistently.
It's like, why? Like if you're gonna do something like that, it's kind of drastic. It's like you should expect people to ask about it, you know. But I guess when it's stupid, like I could see it actually. Yeah. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, just let me live, you know.
I think I'd definitely be the one that like never take it like by being annoyed. I'd be like, oh, that's cool, that's sick. Yeah. But I could kind of see, where people would be like, you know, especially
you just let me be edgy meaning. Without asking me.
Yeah, like if there's no meaning and you're like, what's the meaning? It's like, you really want to tell me?
I just like the way bees look, you know?
Or if you don't want to say the meaning, but then the only thing is like, you got a tattoo. Like in this society, everyone's going to ask. Like, you know? Like it's like, imagine not asking. Like, how do you ignore that, you know?
That actually reminds me of a topic I had written down.
Oh, nice.
I talked about this before on the pod, actually, but like, it just came up, like, it came to my attention the other night. I was like, damn, I want to work on my social skills because I've always been kind of shy or like more reserved, I think. Like, obviously I come on the show and I fucking talk about getting my asshole ripped and stuff, but like, I'm comfortable with you, so obviously I will, but it's like, in person, I'm so like, like, I'm just so in my head all the time, dude. And what really made me realize it was we went hot tubbing with Mirei, our friend that was on the pod. She's from Japan, foreign exchange student. And she had like some letters to give us from Tina, who's also on the pod.
Aw, Tina.
Because Tina went back to Taiwan. So
great letters, by the way.
Dude, they were so sick. Sweet. Yeah, it made me so happy. But we hung out with Mirei. I don't know if it's weird that we went to Stan State to hot tub or not. I feel like I feel weird now because I graduated. But then I was thinking about you, and I'm like, well, you would go and you never even went there.
Yeah, I don't find it weird because I'm going with someone who's like inviting me, and she still goes to Stan. Yeah. Imagine if we're going, like both of us didn't go to Stan and we just go to Stan. You know, that'd be like, what is this? You know?
Yeah, because Mirei lives in the Stan State dorms, the university near us. That's where I went to school, and that's where they all went to school on that podcast. So yeah, she invited us to come over and hang out, get the letters, and go hot tubbing in the like dorms hot tub. And there was a shitload of people there. It was just supposed to be me, Jaime, and then Mirei and like one of her new exchange student friends, Carrie. And we got there and there was like fucking, I don't even know, like 20 people. Right? Oh. 12 to 20, we'll say somewhere in there.
I think actually
there was a lot though. Like there was a whole other group of exchange students who are from fucking Europe.
Oh yeah, it was like 20 because I forgot about that.
And then there was hella other people who go to Stan and stuff.
And there was like 6 people in the hot tub or like 8 people in the hot tub. And then there was like 4 people in the pool. Another like 5 people standing. Yeah. And we're getting there. And then there's that European group of like 8. It was a lot of people. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I think it was a situation that anybody would be kind of like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? What do I say? You know? Because there was like a lot of different like characters there. Like we talked about it afterwards. We were like, dude, this shit was like a movie or something. Like
there's a lot of interesting characters for sure, man. It was like
I'm just gonna say
it. No.
Why? There was. I'll try to be nice. Nobody was bad, you know. Yeah. Like, but there was like this one country ass dude there, a good old boy. He was like, bro, we got to go to this bar called the Udder. It's like a country white person bar in Turlock. He's like, bro, we gotta go. My truck will fit 9 people.
Yeah,
we're going on Thursday, every Thursday. Come on.
Come on.
But he was also so like straight edge and like, no, like don't fucking talk about this or that.
Yeah.
Like, and then there was like this other chick in the hot tub who was just like so like overly like social, and I was just like, like, it was just so much stimulation for me.
Yeah,
like,
the timing.
We had like so many different exchange students around. We met like 5 or 6 new Korean girls.
Exactly. And then there's the European group that was like all in this little circle.
Yeah.
Then there's this other guy. He had like a Patrick SpongeBob shirt. And one of his friends, one of Chris's friends was like, hey, blank, show him your shirt. Show him your shirt.
Go show Chris your shirt. And he looked at me like
he did not want to go.
And he walked over like so slow, like so awkward though.
I just didn't think he wanted to show us for sure, you know?
He really didn't. And then we struck up a little convo, and then it kind of just died. But it's just like there was so much going on, dude.
Exactly. Was there anyone else? Yeah, that was kind of it. And they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
And not like we're saying, they're not bad. It was just like back to back, different kind of people. It was like, holy shit. Like you said, like a movie. Like I was not expecting that. I think it was like the setup of the night in my head was not this.
Yeah,
you know?
I just thought it was going to be the 4 of us, super low key. And then there's fucking 45 people there. I'm just kidding. Bigger every time. No, there's just hella people of all different types of personality. And it was fucking a little overwhelming for an introvert like me. I don't know. Do you think I'm introverted?
Well, I don't know. It's hard. I think... I don't know. I don't really see you in the wild like that. You know, like I never even perspective. Like
that's true.
I don't even know, but I never really see Angel as an introvert sometimes, and I forget that like everyone thinks he's hella mysterious.
Yeah, they do.
Like in the vlogs, he isn't mysterious as probably either because he's with us and he's fucking faded. You know.
But then sometimes he's like really talking to people like a lot.
I think now more than ever.
I think so too. It'd be like, oh, like, where'd you go to school? What'd you major in? Da, da, da. Like,
which is crazy because I feel like the Angel like 4 years ago just would have like wouldn't care. Like he just doesn't care. Like you know. And a lot of people in Angel's kind of like the type to or at least in high school he'd like have his headphones in and just like do his fucking work somehow get 4.0.
That's how I was too.
Just go, you know.
For the most part.
That's what I'm saying. Like you were like that, I believe, in high school. I don't know how you are, you know.
Kind of the same. I don't know. I mean. God damn it. I think I have more of like an open mind now, and I definitely put more effort into like my social interactions. So for sure, if like somebody's trying to talk to me, I definitely give it like my all. Like, I'm gonna fucking get to know you, you know?
Yeah, like don't just try to cut it off.
Yeah, and I feel like every class I had in college, for the most part, like I met somebody and like we were really cool and we talk every day. So that's something I'm like proud of because I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have done this in high school, you know? Like made that effort and shit. And I have like friends from college that I actually like talk to still, you know, like Victoria and fucking Reggie and all these people.
No, say more.
That you guys know.
Kidding. Imagine it's like this just the two and you're hoping that it's done.
The first two that came to mind.
What?
I was gonna see if I could think of more, but anyways. Wait, real quick, can I say something? Fuck your thoughts. I just adjusted like the audio levels of our mics. Because Angel Hernandez brought it to our attention. He was like, talking to the fucking mics, I can't hear anything. Which I feel like we do pretty good for the most part. But then there are some times where I'm like, damn, that's quiet. But I turned like the levels up, and it's making me a little bit paranoid. But could somebody let us know in the comments if like, it's good or not? Yeah. Or like, are we blowing you out of the water? Or is it not loud enough?
I feel like I just realized I was kind of like this, like for the majority of the pod. So I'm going to try to be like this.
Yeah, there you
go.
It's
hard, man. I don't know.
It's I think it's easy for me because I don't know why, but I noticed Jaime struggles with it.
I always lean to my right. But like,
yeah, and you have the mic over there.
So like, how the fuck? I'm not gonna do it like this.
You gotta have it in front of your face.
I know. I gotta figure out my whole position.
It's crazy because with this, I'm just learning so much, like all the time, like these fucking sound levels and shit. How to fucking hang up stuff. We just rearranged stuff a little bit.
Did you guys notice?
Closed the gaps up a little bit. You know, got it nice and tight.
Added the new introduction.
Yeah. Dude, shout out LXX for this shit, for real.
Seriously. And our brand, Sacred Creations.
Yeah, Sacred Creations. We got the fucking mugs in here still. Their names on it.
The Gabagoo.
Anyways, what were we going to say before I cut you off?
Where did we go this weekend?
Where do we go? Where are we going? Yeah, we went to Mammoth Lakes, California. That's like the mecca for our friend group. We used to go in high school. Our coach would take us. Like, it wasn't even part of the school either, because we were runners in high school. For the new viewers who don't know,
Hey.
we met running cross country and track. And yeah, our coach used to go to Mammoth Lakes like when he was in college, so he took us there for like a week every summer. And yeah, it's just like super high elevation. It's like fucking 8,000 feet up in the mountains. It's beautiful lakes everywhere, mountains, foresty, rivers and creeks and bears and shit. It's really fucking cool, dude. It's like paradise.
It really is. It's
one of my favorite places ever.
Safe. What is it? Safe haven?
Yeah. It's like an oasis of joy and love. But yeah, we took a trip there. Every summer we try to go for the last like 3 years. One thing that was crazy is we were doing a hike, and I think you brought it up. You were like, the last time we were here was 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There's some. It might have been 5 or 6.
I believe it's 6 because I think we went junior year the first time. In between sophomore, junior, maybe.
And I think junior year should be 6 years because I just graduated college.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
And it's like the summer before junior year starts.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's been about 6 years.
God, and that just hit me like a ton of bricks, you know?
I know. When I told you, he's like, really?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, 6 years.
Yeah, that was a wild fucking thing. But yeah, I'm glad we're going now. It's.
I'm really happy that we just we keep going. I think out of the 6 years I've gone 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
And I think same for you, right? I think we've evened out.
5. Wait, no, 4, because I think you didn't go last year, and then I didn't go the year before that.
Exactly. So, I think it evened out, which I feel like is a lot. Dude, it's a really good place. It's a 4-hour drive, which seems like a lot. Actually, I don't know, depending on who you are, but it's not a lot. I feel like the older I got, the more I was like, because I remember when we were in Mammoth, right? And in high school, I was like, Mammoth was a mission.
Far as fuck.
And the drive took forever. Like, I think it's probably because our car broke down one time and we had to fucking wait like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, it's a nightmare. Yeah.
It's just like now going up, like being an adult, I'm like, oh wait, we could just.
It's easy.
We can literally go every other week, and we always still make it a big deal to even make the plan. Yeah. Like we're always like, wait, when are we gonna do Mammoth? When are we gonna do Mammoth? But we push it because I feel like in our head we think Mammoth's like such a big plan. It's literally like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
It's twice as much as our normal drives, you know?
It's hard to get past that group chat stage for sure.
I know.
Everybody's simping, and you're like, I don't know. But we made it. And we just did a weekend, too, because in high school we used to do like 4 or 5 days, I'd say. But now we went Friday night, and then we left like Sunday midday. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was enough, actually.
It felt pretty good. I think... the fact that we slept little and did everything helped, you know,
True.
We really stretched the shit out of it. Especially that first night felt like imagine if we would have just got there and went to sleep, you know?
Yeah. So let's give you a little breakdown here.
Yeah. Let's give you a little time lapse, a little story.
We left Friday night after Jaime got off work. My family was so worried about us driving that late. I don't know if yours cared or not, but
I don't believe so.
They can give me or take me. We left, probably we didn't leave until 8:30, so it's a 4-hour drive. It gets dark pretty early now, so it was sick though. We made a fucking mission out of it, dude. We made a movie out of that fucking trip. It was nice. We made a lot of little pit stops. Once we were up in the mountains and stuff to look at the stars. The stars are fucking immaculate. If you get out of the city, I don't know where the other of you guys live, but if you get out of fucking Modesto, the stars are just fucking.
It's
talk
nice.
Their shit. It's nice. So yeah.
Yeah, we stopped there the first one and seeing the stars for the first time because you kind of don't realize it, you know. And then I look up and I was just like, "Holy shit! There's so many stars out at night," and that's some of the best shit you could see, you know.
It's just natural pleasures, free, fucking just beautiful.
That's what I was thinking when I was looking at them. I was like, obviously people in the past, probably stare at the stars. How do they just stare at the was staring at the stars hecka beautiful for them as well, or do you think they're just
well, think about all the fucking constellations they made, and then you got horoscopes and the zodiac signs.
It's probably a game a lot too to pick. I mean, I guess it is still now, but always to pick certain things that have been passed on,
navigate
passed down, you know,
off the stars over the sea, you know.
That's crazy that they use the stars.
For real.
No fucking way. That's just
gnarly.
it's
if I keep
map.
going that way, that's north.
You know?
That's wild. And then think about eclipses and shit too. If you don't understand what's happening, you're like, holy fuck, why is the moon red?
Everyone's getting blind.
Literally, bro. It's like no wonder they thought it was like gods and shit and like all that.
I know. I feel like a lot of not understanding just makes you make up shit.
Like sacrifice virgins and shit like for rain. It's like damn. I mean, you could kind of get it without modern
I would
science.
too. I'd be like, you just even
now. My virginity so quick.
Why?
So I wouldn't get sacrificed.
Even the concept of virginity is like, what the fuck is that? It's out of nowhere.
Why does it have so much weight to it? Like, why do people feel so like ashamed for still being a virgin or like?
It's like, when did the first time become so important?
Yeah.
I guess now it is because of like like we've been like it's the first time's important. The first time's important, and I can kind of see how it's like. I guess it is the first time in experiencing it all.
Yeah.
Like the amount of weight the first one has, like it should not be that crazy. Like it should have some probably more importance than the others. Like, oh, like this is my first time, whatever.
Yeah.
So, like no way you should be like you can only marry a virgin, like or you're only worth like valuable if you're a virgin. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like literally, if I just have sex,
nuts.
the next person, if anything, I'm better.
I'm literally the same person after. Yeah,
I'm better.
I am better. Like, men and women. Do you want to talk about how old we were when we lost it real quick, and then we'll get back to the story?
Yeah.
I was 18, which I feel like is pretty late. Like, I don't think it's crazy late, but I think compared to, like, other people in high school, I feel like it was, like, 1 or 2 years late,
I think mine was 17, and same thing. I thought it was, like, late at the time. The older I get, the more I also realize that, like,
it's not a big deal.
Well, that people were doing some crazy shit early, too. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think I was just like, well, I'm my innocent self before. So I was like, never even like thought like people were doing anything like that. Like 15, 14, 16. I
remember people showing up to basketball games in high school, like sophomore year, off fucking Xanax, like falling and shit. I'm like, bro, what? Like, I don't even have my fucking license yet.
I don't even have my phone. I don't even have an Android. I
have a fucking flip phone, and you're doing Xads.
I still have to call for minutes.
Jesus. But I think it was like looking back. I don't think I was mature enough to like do it before then. I had like a couple chances, but I would get so fucking nervous every time, dude. Like I would just overthink. I had no confidence. It's like I'm glad I did it when I did it. Like looking back on it.
Yeah, it just seems like a good time as always.
I was ready. I was like, fuck it, But anyways, we'll talk about that another time.
No, fuck it. Let's keep going.
You want to? Are you being serious? Or are you fucking around?
I'm down. It's a good topic.
Okay, fuck it.
With your first time, was it like was it as bad as you thought?
I don't know if
you don't want to?
Should I talk about it?
It's up to you.
Let's just say it involves multiple other people.
I totally forgot how you lost it. No wonder you want to wait, you bitch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know if I should tell the story because it involves other people.
Oh.
Multiple.
I think you shouldn't say who. Fuck, because I wanted that other person to be here.
It's such like a complicated story.
It's a story.
Should we wait?
Okay, do you want to wait for that other person to be here, or do you want to just do it? Because, I don't know. Or do you want to just do it? Because the only reasons I don't even think he'd want to be on it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he'd want to talk about it,
So I don't think he'd want to talk about it. Ha! I just fucked a guy. Well, you're right. God damn it.
Should I call him real quick and see, do you want us to wait for the story? No, he's going to say no, and he's asleep. Anyways. He wouldn't tell us the truth anyways.
Should we just leave the audience hanging? We'll come back to it another time?
Yeah, I'll come back to it another time.
All right, we'll come back to it another time, guys, because it's just kind of a complicated little thing there. And
it's a whole shebang.
I got to give it some thought before I do that. Do you want to talk about your time then?
No, it's not as cool as yours now that I realize what yours was. I thought it was going to be like a wholesome, like, oh, how was yours? I totally forgot.
Yeah, it was someone I really cared about.
Yeah,
and I
know.
Knew really well.
That's literally mine. It was like my girlfriend at the time. I believe she was my girlfriend by then, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I was 17, and it went really well. Like, I remember, like, this is something I always wanted to keep throughout, was always just not taking things too serious in the time, and especially since it was our first time, like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, And it was cool because, like, we both just was like, we're just having fun, like, like if it didn't work, like if you're slipping it on, it's like all weird or whatever. It's just like you just laugh at it, and then like you're like, you're good, yeah. And then like eventually you kind of get it going, and then I don't really remember the rest. But I think it was good. I mean, I think it was like, I don't even think I finished. I don't think she finished. Probably, I'm sure.
Really?
Like,
yeah.
It's because she didn't really come during sex. That's also why, you know?
Yeah, she needed the clitoral stimulation.
And it was cool after, like, because then, you know, you kind of just fuck like dogs after and like really just start testing it. But like to get that first one out of the way was kind of cool. I felt like so comfortable, you know? I remember like after we were both like really happy, like we were like, oh, we did that together, you know?
Should I just go into it? I think I'm just go into it. Why the fuck am I going to wait, dude?
Why are you going to wait?
I'm just not going to like say their names or anything.
Yeah.
But,
say my name.
Long story short, I was at a friend's apartment. This is senior year. I was 18. And like he invited me to come out and visit him. And I took one of our friends with me. Like, just fuck it, because, like, we were all runners at the time. I don't know if that's incriminating. People are going to put two and two together. We were all runners, though. So we're like, fuck it. We'll go stay with you. We'll run together. We'll, like, train. We'll play Fortnite. That was right when Fortnite had come out, which is so lit.
Fortnite was so fun.
Winter break of fucking 2018. That was the first time playing. It was so fucking fun.
I played Fortnite recently with my nephew, who's like 7 years old, and I was like, God damn, this is weird. Like, I'm literally just the guy who like plays the video game every once in a while, and I'm just so raw too. But but I was also like, what a weird perspective switch. Like,
it's so different now.
You know, exactly.
Like bots and stuff. You know, like the fake whatever. What's the acronym?
No, bots.
Oh, I was thinking that.
What else? People call them bots.
There's a word though for like Minecraft, like, you know what I mean? The robots, basically. Never mind. Fuck
There's no robots in Minecraft.
I'll put it here. I'll remember it.
No,
Non-person character, non-player character, NPC.
Oh, NPC.
Yeah. Anyways, we were playing Fortnite and shit, and we were running, and like that was about it. And this guy, my friend, who like I went to his place. He's like, oh, my friend wants to hang out with us and smoke, right? At the time, didn't you? We'll bleep that. Okay, shut up.
Wait, just keep saying his name and we'll bleep it.
At the time, he did not drink or smoke at all. Nothing. He was so like against it, in fact. Like he hated it. He was so like, far against it, so straight edge. And I would like dabble in it every once in a while. Like I didn't give a fuck. Especially if there was girls. I definitely would have been like, yeah. But for him, I was like, no, I'm good. And then my friend, whose apartment we were at, he was like, Chris, you're being so fucking whack. Like, there's girls there. They want to smoke with us. What the fuck do you mean? And then chimes in, the person I was trying to protect. He was like, yeah, what the fuck, Chris? Let's go. I'm like, bitch, you don't even smoke. Like, yeah. You'd be so uncomfortable in that situation. What do you mean? Like, I just did that for you completely. I was so fucking mad. And then I was mad because I started overthinking. I was like, what if I just lost an opportunity? Like, what if I just fucking...
lost the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah. You still don't get it, do you? Just gave you the opportunity of a lifetime, brother. Anyways. Yeah. But then, a couple days later, boy, did we redeem ourselves. It was actually New Year's Eve, so we were fucking wasted. I was so drunk. So drunk. And the one who doesn't drink or smoke, he even drank, which is like, what? Like, the way he's actually drinking, you know? And good old the smoking friend girl, she hits up my friend who owns the apartment.
God, this is getting crazy.
And she was like, she literally called him, and she was drunk too. It's New Year's. Everybody's fucked up. Yeah. She called him and said, are you still with your friends? I want you and your friends to fuck me.
Oh my God, what the fuck? What's going on? Keep in mind, I'm far away from the situation. I'm in Guatemala. I just want to let you know.
You were?
I'm in fucking different... Oh, wait. Wait, was I in Mexico?
This is winter break. I don't know where the fuck you were.
I was somewhere. Wait, no, there was got to be a reason.
Because I'm here. I just didn't invite you.
No, but we weren't even together at New Year's at all?
I don't know. We were in high school. I was gone. I wasn't here in town.
Really be your own, right?
I'm really trying not to include details here.
It's really fucking hard. I was probably just fucking at home crying. That's where I was.
Anyways.
No, actually, sorry, real quick. I'm probably always with my family in New Year's too.
Should I tell every detail?
I say you should go like some deep details.
Okay, it was so bad because I was gonna tell that.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. I do not condone this whatsoever. It was so stupid, but we still did it. Really dumb. one of our other friends came over
This is the
into
fourth
town
friend now.
too. A fourth friend was there. He came into town to like party with us, right? And then my friend who owns the apartment, who knows the girl that was trying to bang us, he was like, dude, I'm trying to have a foursome with you guys. And he told like our other friend that was there, the fifth one, he was like, well, like would be the fifth one if we all did.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, bro, can you go home? I don't know how the conversation went. 'Cause I was drunk. But he like talked him into going home. And this guy's drunk as shit too. It's so fucked up. And I'm probably to blame too because I sat there and I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him to leave. I didn't tell him to stay. Like, I let it happen.
He said, I just wanted to be the homes, man. I just wanted to be like the cool peoples. There's something he said, I would be like, ooh, actually, can you just go home? I know you're whole shit-faced drunk, but here's your fucking keys. Can you get out? Because someone's going to come right now. And
ruin every type of vibe that could possibly happen.
I know you just did 3 lines, but...
If you guys are still following here, that friend drives home like 45 minutes drunk, right? It's so bad. It's so fucked up. That's like one of our best friends.
Seriously, what kind of sick joke is this?
And then, like, we're fucked up, so how are we going to go pick her up, right? Drunk driving is the answer to that question.
Oh, my God, Chris!
Our friend who owns the apartment drove us drunk.
How drunk was he? Was it like past
like
0.8?
20 minutes, 25 minutes to her place and then back on New Year's, which is always checkpoints and shit too. Like, what the fuck are we thinking? Really thinking where that dick's there.
That's so bad. I don't even feel like...
I'm so anxious right now telling this story.
Me too, because
like, this is just so not good.
I'm just thinking like, damn, what if we just fucking ram someone else? All right. Well, it is what it is.
So we picked her up.
It's in the past.
We drove back. I remember everything pretty well. And then, like, we were all chilling in the apartment. And I was trying to make conversation with this girl because I'm like, no way I'm going to be inside you and I don't even fucking know you at all, you know? And I was trying to talk to her. And then our friend who owns the apartment and knows her, like, went off into a different area, like a different room, and left her with us. And I was trying to, like, talk it up. And then she just left. She's like, I'm going to go see what blank is doing. And she left because that's the guy she knows. And then all we hear, bro, like 10 minutes later, we just hear fucking rhythmic skin slapping.
Oh, my God.
And me and my friend were like, what the fuck? We got so mad. We're like, no way. He's just running it without us. Like, that was the deal, you know?
Imagine he's like, can you guys go home? Like, I know you guys are all shit-faced and all, but
for real,
it's kind of getting too hot in here for the 4 of us.
And then one of our friend who owns the apartment and was tearing it up, he walks in with nothing but a shirt on. He's like, hey, you guys want to have a foursome? Which foursome or gangbang? I don't know which one to call it, but or train.
I think after 4, it's gangbang.
It's just gay.
After 4, you're just looking at each other.
Pretty much, dude. But yeah, and then we looked at him and like, dude, we're both virgins. We both didn't know what the fuck to do. And he starts counting from 3. He's like, 3, 2. And then we're like, okay. We fucking went. We go into like the next room, next to the room where she's at. And I was like, what do we do, dude?
You're so innocent.
I'm so innocent.
Like, both of them are virgins. Both virgins. So they can't even help each other.
Like, very little experience also, like, besides sex. Like, not much experience at all. And I was like, dude, what do we do? He's like, fucking take your clothes off and walk in there. And I'm just hesitating, bro. I'm so scared. I'm just like, I'm just frozen, deer in the headlights. He's like, starts counting again. 3, 2, and then I fucking just start ripping my clothes off, bro. And I don't know why, but I walked in first. I led the fucking cavalry in that room. And then it was so dark, but I just remember it was so crazy seeing a naked woman, like, for the first time, like, just fully naked, like, waiting for me. And then I was like, hey, it's Chris.
Hey, how you doing?
She was like, hi. And then we started, like, making out. I don't know how deep I should go here, but
I think you should go all the way.
Making out, the foreplay and stuff, like, getting touchy and whatnot. And I guess I went too long, or I went a long time, like, without advancing past that stage, because we stopped kissing. And she said, is anybody going to fuck me? She said that. Is anybody gonna fuck me?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I put on a condom.
Sure enough.
And I fucked her.
So you were the first to have sex as well, right?
To put it in, yeah, because the guy who owns the apartment and knows her, turns out he was just slapping her ass while she was sucking him up.
Ah, so that was the rhythmic slapping.
Yeah, that was it.
Damn.
And
he was really initiating that.
Yeah, I got butt naked. I put it in, and I was a fucking. I think I did good for my first time. I was really drunk, so I was just.
Wait, didn't she say something?
Ham, huh?
Didn't she say something when you were doing that? Don't fucking blow by that. What the fuck?
Okay, this whole ordeal was like, to me, I thought it was like 30 minutes. But afterwards, they were like, dude, that was like 2 hours of a train. Like, we just kept taking turns and like, you just rotate. Like, one person be getting sucked.
Yeah.
And one person be getting fucked.
And one person's just standing
off watching. Not even that. Like, and I'm pretty sure all of us, like, we would just get soft while we were like waiting. And then you'd go back and then like, you'd be ready to go again, like with a little bit of stimulation, you know?
It's crazy because Chris was saying that I'd be the most likely to stay hardest, like throughout the whole scenario.
There's not even a girl there, and it's all the homies, and Jaime's rock hard for some reason.
I know when we're all naked, just somehow I'm hella hard.
It's not sus at all.
No, but I do just fucking get random moments of hardness, and like with just the homies, you know.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't go away for fucking like 5 minutes. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, bud.
So did you feel like that? You could do the same thing, like have a foursome and like be better like with the hardness because it's not like your first time? Or do you think it was because there's so many people? That was like the reason for that.
I don't know if the alcohol played a factor. I don't know if the nervousness played a factor. Or just like, oh my God, my homies are all right here. I think that's the most of it. Was that my homies were all just like.
Yeah, but you've gotten jerking off before.
How do you just stay hard with your homies? Like, what?
You've gotten jerking off before by your homies, so you're chilling.
No way you remember that story. Oh boy, where did this podcast go? We had no intentions to talk about this. Anyways, during the rotation, like, it was pretty crazy because we hit the Eiffel Tower. And like, that's something you only dream about, you know?
Wow, I used to think about that so much in high school. I don't know why, because I think Andrew introduced that.
Did that.
And I remember thinking like all the hottest girls I could think of with me and Andrew. I'd be like, oh, imagine Eiffel Tower. Like such a weird thinking, but I was like, I just think the fact that threesome, you know, was just like so crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, at some point in the rotation, like every time that I'd be like up to bat again, like I'd have to become erect again, right? And one time, I didn't do so good at that. So I was trying to like force it in like a fucking gummy worm. I was trying to like put it in. It's like this. And like I thought I like almost had it in, but it's just like it kind of was, kind of wasn't. I was like, okay, if I just go, like it'll get hard. And I was just trying to go, like I was just going. And she said out loud, aloud, "He's not fucking me." I don't know why. I don't know, like I don't know. I think she just wanted me to stop trying to force it in.
She's like, what is going on behind me?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Oh, yeah, and then the after part.
What after part?
The massacre.
Oh, my God.
Don't skip no details. You already did the harshest one in the first half.
Okay. Turns out, unbeknownst to me, I'm pretty sure, like, our friend who knew her knew this. And he told us after, like, oh, by the way, like, she's bleeding. But his dumbass, he was like, oh, she bleeds, like, she's really tight, so she bleeds, like, when she gets fucked really hard or something. Mm-hmm. I was like, what? Like, I'm a virgin, but I know that sounds weird. And then later she was like, oh, yeah, I'm on my period, sorry. I was just like... And then we looked at our hands, and they were just like...
No, because wasn't it more like, okay, so they did all this stuff, right? And then after the fact, like, with the lights on, right? Like, I think the next day... There's like a paw print. There's like a paw print of red. I think
paw prints.
Fucking
animals, basically.
Basically, last night you were.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends, he put his hand in like the hamper, I think, and then the clothes
Those
got
were
like
both
red.
Me.
Oh,
I put my.
So I can't tell stories,
Anyways,
bud.
That night, sorry, is all over the place. I looked at my hands. I looked at my hands, just red, like dried, but like hecka like dried blood, and then like the other two of my friends, like they had blood on their penises. I didn't for some reason.
Probably because you weren't in.
Fuck you. I was in nothing. Yeah, and then the next day we went in that room. We went in the fucking room, right, where it went down. And like I was drunk, so like I tripped and fell one time, and I put my hand on the wall. So there's a bloody handprint on the wall. It's so gross. And then another time, it was dark in there. It was like pitch black. So I just like tripped and fell another time. But I was stumbling, and I thought it was like a coffee table, like a little side table with a lamp, but it wasn't. It was a fucking empty clothes hamper. So I went to lean on the fucking coffee table, and my hand goes all the way to the bottom, and there's a bloody handprint in there too.
And someone's shirt, no?
No, I used my fucking Polo Ralph Lauren shirt as a cum rag. That fucking bastard.
That bastard.
I didn't nut though. I don't know if she nutted. I highly doubt it. My other friend didn't nut.
Did anyone have a good time?
You know what the crazy thing is too is like afterwards, like we all slept together in the same bed, all four of us.
That's kind of cute.
Kind of precious.
I hecka like that. What the hell? I mean,
like
I don't think you would just like disperse. I would hope we'd all just like quadruple spoon and just like.
It was great vibes because like that was when we first met her, which is really gnarly. So like I didn't know how I was gonna go afterwards, but we all slept in the same bed. We stayed up till like 6 a.m. and we were all talking and like joking, like it was cool. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you guys around," because it's like in a different city. She's like, "Oh yeah, Chris and I'll show you guys around because you guys aren't from here, and like we'll hang out all day tomorrow." And we're like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like a new friend, you know, like sick.
Yeah.
And she was super hungover, and she slept in hella late the next day. But yeah, so she didn't show us around, but the intention was there. And then we hung out with her again like a couple nights later, and it was cool. I mean, I remember feeling weird about losing my virginity that way. So I was like, bro, like who loses a virginity in the fucking gangbang, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Train, whatever you want to call it.
Foursome
massacre.
Jesus.
And, but I don't give a fuck now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. The crazy thing too about that is me and my friend who I brought over there with us, we ended up running for MJC once we graduated from high school, which is a junior college in our area, Modesto Junior College. We ended up running cross country there, and our coach was like a young guy, I don't know, maybe like 27, 28, something like that. And I ended up like not liking the coach very much, and it's one of the reasons I ended up quitting. But he was like a fucking chismoso dude. Like he was like very much like wanting to be like in the drama of like anybody's lives there. Which is so weird to me. Like, where you're a coach, like, have some respect, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember, like, some people on the team knew that we had that lost our virginity at a foursome. Mm-hmm. And then he brought it up one time, and we were, like, stretching after our run, like, in front of everybody. He was like, dude, that's a weird way to fucking lose your virginity. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What did I gain?
I almost said his name, but.
Fuck him. Fuck you, Felix.
No!
Fuck. What the fuck is he gonna do?
He wasn't a bad guy, but it was just like.
Nah, yeah, he wasn't cool. He was cool.
I was really annoyed that day.
Actually, I like Flavio.
He just, yeah, cool. Flavio was sick. But yeah,
boy.
Felix, I don't know, man. He actually quit too, like after that season. But yeah, that was just, he crossed the line there, and he just like kept doing these like little comments after that too, like for the next like couple days after that. And I was just like, bro, like fuck off.
Back off.
It's none of your business, and like why are you shaming me for that?
Like just talk to me about it, if anything.
And like you're fucking older than me and you're a coach. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you even talking about this?
Yeah.
You know? So, that's my spiel. That's my story.
That's good.
And, yeah, I remember always thinking, like, before I lost my virginity, I always thought I would be, like, a different person, like, after. Like, I thought it would change me. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be, like, so different afterwards. Like, I'd have a different outlook. I'd have hella confidence and stuff. And I remember being shook, like, going back to school after winter break. And I was just like, dude, I'm the same fucking person. But it was crazy just thinking, like, my dumb ass. I remember just thinking, like, wonder if anybody here's had a foursome.
I knew you were gonna say that. Well, you know what? I might be 110, but fucking
115 pounds. That's another thing. Like one of the friends that was in that foursome, he was like, "Bro, it's just so funny, like seeing your fucking skinny ass, like your white, pasty, fucking skinny body, just like going ham."
Here's a picture of Chris Jr. This is a child.
Yeah, we'll try to find something.
This is a lost puppy, and he found his way.
If I ever seen one. Oh,
here's
man.
a picture of the other two friends too. Fuck them.
No, we're not doing that.
And the girl.
Not doing that.
All right.
I haven't talked to the girl since. I was saying this earlier. One of the crazy things, like, you know how we all slept in the same bed afterwards? She took, like, the friend that knew her, my friend that knew her, his apartment. She took him. She was like, let's go fuck or whatever. I don't remember how the conversation went. But they went back into the room. Because we didn't sleep in the fuck room. We slept in a different room.
Yeah.
But they went back to the fuck room, which was next to the sleeping room. The smush room. And
the sin room.
like we heard them banging, and then like they finished. Then she came back, and then like 30 minutes later, my other friend, she was like, asked my friend who knows her, she was like, do you care if I go fuck your friend? And then she took him, and they fucked.
Oh my gosh.
And then she comes back. And I'm like laying there like
he said he said, what's my turn? He goes like this when he's like pretend to sleep when your mom walks in and you're not supposed to be on your phone, so you're just like and then your phone's under your pillow
waiting for her to wake me up. Like, hey,
dude, I used to be so good at that. Like,
come on, handsome, it's your turn.
That's fine. And then I go back and just on my phone.
But that invite never came. She did not want me.
She said, okay, now it's time to sleep good.
She didn't want me back.
She's like, Chris, do you mind if you leave the room? Can I fuck these both without you?
Do you mind if they just run my shit one more time and like you just fuck off?
Chris, here's the keys. Can you just drive home?
She said I was too skinny afterwards.
Yeah.
She told them that. And which makes sense because they were both like a little more bulky than me.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, she's like, he was just too skinny.
Well, that's the whole reason you got big, right? That's your whole life's motivation.
Yeah, that's
her.
the only fucking reason that
was his revenge story.
You know?
Every day
You know what? I'll never be called skinny again. So my grandpa called me skinny the other day. I was like, fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Well, I've always been skinny to them, so I think they're just like, whatever. But obviously they haven't seen me like shirtless or anything. So.
They haven't seen you at the tan, so it's all different, man. I wonder.
Oh, bud. I hope people don't think I'm a menace for that. Like, I'm just so anxious telling it because I'm just like, does it sound bad? I don't know.
It sounded bad at the beginning, but honestly, you were just such a wholesome person. I think everyone there too were like, especially.
Everybody consented. We did some drunk driving, which like, dude, I would never do that again. Like, I would not fucking do that.
Well, didn't you just do that yesterday? I'm just kidding.
I was waiting for you to try to make a joke. Yeah, that was just like such a poor decision. So definitely the circumstances were pretty sketch, but yeah, I don't know.
I think if you learn from that shit and you're the type to like overthink everything, so when it's actually bad, it's probably good because you're like, holy shit, I did something bad. Like, this is not good, you know?
Yeah.
And I could, testify Chris has never drunk drove. He's always the DD because he doesn't really drink, you know?
Yeah.
Until recently. So, should we go back to the Mammoth?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So after that little, just a little bleep.
Just that little hiccup there.
So we had stopped to stare at the stars, right? And then there was this one road we stopped at, and we wanted to take some pictures, some self-timers. Oh, yeah. And we placed it on the floor. Now this road's kind of sketch because
it's a highway, like a busy highway.
The one side is like kind of over a hill, so you don't get that much warning. The other side, you could get a pretty fair warning, but it's such a straight shot and a fast road where it's like you're gonna catch up in like quick, you know?
Yeah.
And we just kept taking like photos and like trying to do another one and to do another one, and we did that like so many times, but it was so like
sketch because we had such limited time. But it was just like the stars and everything was such a cool like moment to take a picture. There was hella cars that would come and they'd like flash their brights at us, like get the fuck out of the road.
Yeah, we pushed it sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're scared that someone's gonna think like we were stranded, you know?
Yeah.
And then we did one that took like forever, and then like we finished, we grabbed the phone and we like go because we thought the guy was gonna say something, dude, because we're like we just waited too long, you know?
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then why did we initially stop at the hike/river scenario?
The lake thing? Yeah, so we drove through Yosemite, which is actually kind of crazy that we live so fucking close to Yosemite. It's like 2 hours from us, Yosemite National Park. That's like a fucking, I think it's one of the 7 world wonders. Pretty sure.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'll Google it. I'll put it right here. But it's super beautiful. But yeah, we drove through there, and since it was like in the evening, you didn't have to pay the fee to get into the park, which is nice because $40 fucking dollars. 40. And we passed through there. It's a little shortcut on the way. But yeah, I think we just wanted to stop again to look at the stars. So we stopped twice in there. And each time, bro, like we just laid on the ground shooting stars. Like I was manifesting the shit out of everything too, which was so sick. I was just like, okay, next 30 seconds, shooting star. And they'd be like, whatever. 20 seconds later, like a fat one, dude. And there's already so many stars, and it would leave like a streak of like smoke. It was so fucking sick. So we saw a lot of those. And then we stopped next to this lake. We were like climbing because like on the other side of the road, one side of the road there's a lake. The other side of the road there's like a huge just like rock, like you could rock climb on it. And we like walked like hella fucking high up on that like, I don't know, mountain, I guess. Fuck, I'm describing that bad. It's like a big ass
like a dome.
long, like yeah, like a just like a big ass like half dome, but less steep. Yeah, like just a mountain
right off the road, you know. And they're just climbing. I remember for me it was
scary.
I got like maybe 10 steps in, and I was like, I'm staying here, and then I'm gonna go back down.
It's like pitch black, so it's pretty sketch. But
and it was such a slant, and I had my Crocs or slides on, so there was just like no grip. You guys I think had shoes at the time, and I was like, I can't make it up there, you know.
Yeah, it was. I was scared too. I had shoes, and I was still very scared. We were like, because we're looking out upon this lake, and it's like pitch dark, but you could see the lake like just barely, and it's so silent out there because there's just nothing. And we started like screaming like to hear the echoes, and it was so gnarly, dude. Because like
so scary.
You scream and then you hear an echo, right? And then like 5 seconds passes, and you hear a loud echo like of your scream. It's fucking gnarly because it would go like all the way across the lake. There was like a mountain on the other side, and it would like come back. It was so gnarly. I'm gonna put a video here. You probably have to turn up your volume like loud to hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but I'll try. Echo! But it was just like such a crazy phenomenon to hear.
I remember being like so shocked because, I mean, you know, echoes exist, but just like actually hearing yourself, it was like, it's like another version of you is just talking to you, but it's nothing. You know, it was fucking crazy. It was
gnarly, dude.
And then we had realized that's when we were like, is that a lake?
Yeah.
Because it looked kind of weird. It's pretty dark.
Shit from us, like super deep in like a canyon. Cause it's like it was so dark. It was like an illusion. And then we turned our flashlight on, and we're like, oh shit, that's like 3 feet from us. It was so trippy. And then, dude, this is like one of my favorite things to do, like, in the world. I just love doing like a cold plunge into like a natural like river or lake where it's like freezing with my bros. Like it's just such a good like bonding experience. It's just like, and it's like there's so many health benefits to it. Like it's just so fucking great. I don't know why. It just makes you feel like one with nature. You get such like an adrenaline rush after. Like you just feel so good, so refreshed. So yeah, we were like, fuck it, let's go in the lake. We got in the lake. We did like a dunk in the middle of the night. It was like fucking midnight. 2, 3, go.
Yes! We really found it, boys! We gotta do everything together, man.
Oh my god. Fuck, that was good. We're freezing, but it was so sick, dude.
It was nice. I remember it took me a second to like get there because I think you're probably the number one.
It's just like fuck it.
Yeah, and that 3, I think you and Andrew for sure, you know? And then so when it was you, and
this is me, Jaime, and Noel, by the way.
Yeah,
that drove there together.
Noel was supposed to be on this podcast, but he pussied out. So I just keep that in mind.
Yeah. You want something right, you got to do it yourself, you know.
And I just feel like I can't say no now. Like we've already done it a few times where I'm like, this is it. Like it's like it's not harming me. It always makes me feel better. It just fucking sucks the process at the first part, you know?
Just getting like realizing like you're actually gonna do it is the hardest part. Like committing, you know? It's just really hard to accept that you're about to be freezing.
And in this, think about this. This was probably 10, 11 p.m. halfway through a 4-hour drive at like after work. You know, for you guys just waiting all day and stuff like that. it was just such like a in normal clothes. It was like such a not expected thing, and we're just like, oh, we found a river. Let's go fucking go over there and jump on it. That was crazy, you know?
Yeah, I just went on our skivvies in our underwear. That was sick though, and then
felt so good right after though. Like right after you get out, you're like, oh my gosh, like I feel.
have a video here. You guys should try it though if you ever get a chance. Like I don't know how nature you guys are, but you should definitely try it. I don't think you regret it. It's a cool experience. I mean, if you can't do that, try doing a cold shower. Like I just love the rush of like, fuck, I really don't want to do this, and then like overcoming that and the like jolt when you first get in the cold ass water. You're like, and then you get out and you just feel so refreshed. It's so good.
Oh, I think it's always the most
so
comfiest,
good.
You know.
Yeah, and then after that, I was really scared like we were gonna hit a deer. Like I was just really scared of like wildlife being in the road because it was really late, and we did see 3 deer on the way there, and they all had antlers, which was fucking sick. They all had horns and they're like velvety looking, and that was super sick. I saw a coyote. You were asleep at that time, I think, but we saw a coyote when we were almost in Mammoth, like on the side of the road, and then we got there.
Wait, we tried to do this one thing too. We try to like drive with the lights off.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah,
trying to drive.
I don't recommend that either.
Yeah. This one isn't crazy.
That's why men have like such shorter lifespans than women.
There was 3 of us, and you could see some pretty good outlines, and there was a lot of traffic codes for some reason. But for some parts, we'd like turn off the lights, and it'd be like a little thrill, you know?
Just see how much we could risk, how far we could go before we turn them back on.
Yeah, because like it's always at our control, but it's just like how long can you go, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was thrilling.
And then we arrived to Mammoth at like 1 a.m. And we were like, dude, we're not simping out. We're going to the hot springs. Mammoth is like a crazy geological place because there's hot springs. There's like an earthquake fault. There's like fucking carbon monoxide coming out of the ground in some places. There's also this place called Devil's Postpile. I always see the sign, but we've never been there. But it's like these natural, crazy ass like rock formations that were from like lava at one point.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I kind of wish we had checked it out. My gramps was telling me.
Oh, your gramps? They called you skinny?
Yeah, that
I'm
guy.
not going anywhere he fucking tells me. You don't disrespect my friend like that. Fuck you, you're old.
No. Poor Gramps.
Poor Gramps. His bone marrow's probably skinny.
It's my gamp.
Does that get smaller as you grow, right? I don't know.
I think your bone density gets worse.
That's probably it.
Yeah. Yeah, so and we didn't simp. We were super hyped because our Andrew, Angel, and Angel's girlfriend Liz, like they were already there. They got there earlier that day. So we met up. We're so fucking hyped. Got the fucking tequila. Got the weed.
Got the Swede.
We drove sober to the hot springs, like 20 minutes away. And even Uncle Chris was drinking. And you guys know that I don't drink that much or smoke. I don't
that
smoke
first night,
ever, really.
Liz didn't go. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Liz didn't go. It was just the boys, the 5 of us.
The boys.
And as soon as we got there to the hot springs, I took 3 shots of vodka. It was tequila. And then we got in the hot spring, and the joint was going around. And if I told you I didn't hit that shit, I'd be lying. All right? I hit it one time. I hit like a baby hit.
But it
smallest hit. But it's like a really strong weed joint. It's infused, right?
Yeah, it's a baby cheater.
I don't know.
It's infused with weed, so I don't know what that means.
Anyways, infused with weed. I think it's infused with like wax.
No,
wax
it's infused
in
with weed.
So I don't know.
It's just weed and more. It's like a growing weed on the weed. You know, like they like mini like water it.
The weed was pregnant when they fucking rolled it.
The weed was twins, so there's like 2 per grain. So he hit it, and he was coughing like a fucking storm. I remember looking, I was like, "Holy shit!" I haven't heard Chris's cough like I haven't heard my dad's voice. Like it's been that long where I'm like, "What is this?" You know? Yeah. And he was coughing for a good 5 coughs. You know?
A long time, and like I don't think I've been crossfaded since I was in like high school, and like. Being crossfaded is fucking gnarly, dude. You just don't even know what's going on, like, at all. I mean, I think I was pretty good, but, like, I had a fucking great time, dude. And, like, as you guys know, I've been going through it, but, like, all that was just, like, trumped by the fucking high and drunkenness.
And the hot spring and the stars and the comfortability.
The vibe, bro. We saw so many shooting stars, and I'm fucking lit off my ass just, like, in a natural hot tub. Just watching shooting stars. You could hear coyotes like howling and stuff. It was so sick. And like,
I feel like you got to think about it. How long you probably been sober? Say, like you say, probably from weed.
I haven't smoked since like last April, so it's been over a year.
And drank probably at least what, a couple months.
Yeah.
So like
May.
More the weed, but still the drinking. Like think being sober for like that long, where it's almost like a reset. Like none of your bad trips high, none of your whatever, like experiences, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like a whole new slate. So then when you do it, you like got the perfect opportunity, like the best point you could ever be.
Everything was like
you know?
really good, like except for the life circumstances where I'm like kind of down bad, but like just the environment, everybody was so hyped, the energy was really good. I'm in nature, which I'm like such a nature buff, so it's like what better place, you know? And like this is one of my favorite places. Like that's like my favorite thing about Mammoth is going in the hot springs at night because there's so many stars and it's just so soothing. And just with the boys, and the well was there. He's never been there before.
I know the well.
It was nice. Yeah,
Liz had never been there, even though she was
off
on the
my
hot spring.
ass, dude. It was nice. And it was already 1 a.m. by the time we got to the hot springs. So the time we left was probably like 3:30 in the morning.
We stayed for hours.
And
like
then,
I had enough time to like just almost like sober up basically, you know? Like I'm sure everyone else did too. Like that's how
Except
long
for
we're
me.
in there.
I was still fucking lit when I went to bed, and that was like 5 a.m.
I swear we were there for hours. I remember I was getting like nauseous in the hot spring, and I like I just like, literally got out, laid on the dirt, and just was like, it was so fresh. And I just like looking at the stars. I was like,
dude, we were kind of scared because, okay, one, Jaime was like, okay, I'm really nauseous right now. And then he gets out of the hot spring. He's just laying there like in the fetal position, like curled up in a ball, laying on his side. And we're like, bro, like what's going on? Angel's like, you're being so dramatic.
Look at Angel, bro. And the worst part was like for like maybe like a split second, there was like a fuck. I was like, oh fuck, this sucks. Like I'm a little nauseous, you know?
You almost had a bad trip.
Almost, right? But then one, I'm in a hot spring with the fucking best place on earth. Like I'm looking at the stars, I'm mesmerized. So I'm like, I'm chilling. I just need to like get out. I get out, the dirt's like so fresh, like cold, like, you know? And think with you're in a hot ass spring, like steaming, you know? So it felt really good. I was grounded. I got like the most comfortable position I could, and I kind of was like looking and relaxing.
You were chilling, huh?
And then like fucking all these comments of like, God, relax, like you're good. I'm like, I'm literally just I'm chilling, bro. Like I'm literally vibing right now. Can you guys just relax? Like,
for being yourself.
Like literally, can I just have my moment here? You know.
And then something else that like made us a little more scared in that moment was when we had first got there. We were looking for like a little like a. There's like 4 different pools of this hot spring that you could go in. We're looking for one that's not taken because there's usually a lot of people there still at night. We saw this couple and they were like, oh, it's our first time here. Like, is there a better pool somewhere? Like a bigger one, a deeper one or whatever? And we're like, oh, I don't know. Like, I think that's the best one. We found a fucking better one, dude. We found such a good one. It was so deep and like fat. And then, anyways, when Jaime was like on this fucking side, like dying, we were already worried about him. And then we just saw this like flashlight from so far, like so bright, just shining on us, like as they're walking towards us, like straight on us. And we're like, what the fuck is this person doing? Like, is that a cop? Like, what's going on? And this hot springs are like really far from like the town. Like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's the couple. They walk up, big ass dude and his girlfriend. And he was like, I was scared for a second because I'm high. So I'm like, oh fuck. Like, is this guy gonna try to fucking like do something weird, you know? He try to run a train on us. And he was actually really nice. He was like the nicest dude ever.
Yeah, I think he was really just a curious person.
Yeah, he's like, oh, where are you guys from? And like, oh wow, this looks like a nice pool. And are you guys camping? And, you know, small talk. And then he looked at Jaime and he's like, is he okay? He points his flashlight on him. Is he okay? But he was really concerned. And then we're like, oh yeah, he's just drunk. And he's like, are you sure? Like he asked like 3 times. And
really?
Like, yeah, he's good.
I'm like,
oh my god.
I'm like,
it's like an exorcism. You can start levitating.
You guys haven't looked at me for 5 minutes yet and on. I'm like, and I'm facing the other way, so I'm just folding. I'm like, the bugs are on me. Yeah, he's chilling.
You're growing horns somehow.
I'm like morphing into the dirt.
Your feet are hooves.
I have nubs as feet. Wait.
What's it from?
The Punisher. Is it Breaking Bad?
I think it sounds familiar though. But yeah, that was great. I was hungover as fuck the next day though, dude. I'm just so lightweight, dude. And on top of that, I feel like things just affect me like I feel like on like a neurological level. Like things affect me a little bit more than like the average person. I don't know if I'm talking out of my ass, like or if everybody feels this way, but like we didn't sleep that much, but I was just so fucking hungover the next day. And like every time,
fuck the next day.
I was just so done. And I always have pretty good energy, you know. But like on this one, I was like, dude, I'm gonna fuck. Like my energy's so low, you know, because we went hiking. Yeah, dude, I feel like shit just affects me. Like every time after I drink, I always feel like depressed the next day. And I don't know if that's a natural thing that happens to like other people, but
I'm sure.
I feel like when I get excited, I get like really excited. And like I've actually learned this in a biology class. Like you gotta be careful. Like even when you're not drinking, if you're just having a really good time, your brain like lets go, like it releases all the feel good, like they're called neurotransmitters, but I'm trying to say it in like latent terms, you know, or like understandable terms. But it just releases all the feel good stuff, right? But so much so that like if you're not careful, you'll feel like shit the next day because you have nothing. Like it's just depleted, you know?
Yeah, like you can only do so much, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what happened to me. Is just like I just had such a fucking nice night that like the next day I was just like so fucking dead. And something that's actually crazy that I've been wanting to tell this story for a little bit. I don't know if I ever told you.
Probably not.
There's this girl that I really liked like years ago, and like I was fucking sprung as shit, dude. And she lived like, or she went to college kind of far away, so I would only see her like every like other weekend. And we saw each other and we hung out and we had like the fucking best time, dude. Just like over the moon. Like, oh dude, I was so happy. Like I don't want to go into details, but like we didn't have sex, but like we were just doing like little stuff and it was just great. Like so good. And then I remember the next day we went to Tahoe together as you, me, and Angel. And I was so fucking depressed, dude.
Aww.
I was just like, I cannot believe that a girl did this to me. Like, no way. I'm like so depressed. And it was like that phenomenon. Because I remember my biology professor, when he taught us about that, he literally said for the example, like, be careful because like if you're making out with somebody all night and you're like feeling super good, like you might feel like shit the next couple of days. And that definitely happened to me. It's kind of crazy.
That's good to know for people because I feel like people might not be like, they might know like, damn, I do get sad after like stuff, but it's like a pretty good like explanation of just like really like, you know.
It's like I don't know how you be careful about that. Like I don't know if you just try to monitor yourself in the moment, but I think part of it's like your expectations. Like don't get your expectations like crazy high. Because that also makes it worse for me. Like, I've gone to parties before where I'm, like, so fucking excited to drink. And then I drink and I have, like, the best time. And the next day I'm just, like, feel like shit. Like, absolutely.
I think a good thing, too, to keep in mind when we say, like, be careful is maybe, like, two things. Like, the next day, really have everything to make yourself kind of cozy, like, comfortable-wise, you know? So probably not work, you know? Like, don't careful with this stuff. Or, like, just know that next day you're going to be, like, sensitive, you know? So probably just don't back-to-back things, or don't, you know, put yourself in a harsh position the next time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is probably good to know for like the future for you guys and like myself, you know? Like if I am going to go on like an exciting date or something like that, or I'm going to do an exciting event, like always prepare myself for the downer after, you know?
Yeah. Another thing too is like I noticed that when I get like very little sleep, I'm like super sensitive, like you said, like emotionally I'm kind of all over the place. Like I remember after we did the podcast with the Asian girls, we stayed up really late that night because we went to In-N-Out. Then we had to take them home and drive back from Turlock. It's like 30 minutes. And I don't think I slept until like 3 a.m. And I had class in the morning. And I just remember being like super emotional that day. And I kind of had a breakdown.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I ever told you about that. Like had like this heart-to-heart talk with my sister because we were kind of like, there's some stuff I wanted to like address with her. And I did that. And I was just like bawling.
Oh, I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, dude. It's like shit affects me a lot. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just a sensitive gal, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But, yeah. The next day. Sorry.
For the girl thing, too, you know how you're kind of like saying, like, you were simping and then, like, the next. It's crazy when, like, girls have that effect on you. Like, every once in a while I'll get those, like, moments and stuff like that. And then I'm like, God damn, like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what?
Why you got me down bad like this?
Exactly. Exactly.
Just like, you being yourself around me makes me sad.
Like, what is this, you know?
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's just, you gotta, I don't know what the answer is, but I just know, like, when that happened, I was, like, head over heels for that girl. And, like, I think I just got myself way too excited. It bit me in the ass. You know?
No, I think it's good. I think you're fine. I think you should take everything that night has to offer and just be more cautious the next day. But like, I don't think you should even it out or anything, or just be like careful, you know? I think you should just fucking take life for what that moment's got.
Right.
And like just be more aware. Like, okay, I know what's gonna follow, but that doesn't make the net like what happened any less. You know, it's just treat the next day like a baby. You know.
Yeah.
And then that way, both days are. One day's really good, and the other day was decent. You know.
That's a good point. It's like this is life. We're all just on a fucking floating rock trying to have experiences and feel something. And I'm gonna hit a neck crack right now. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Alrighty. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of mid.
I think it was like. That one was mid, but the other one was like.
I felt like it was gonna be gnarly because my neck's kind of stiff right now. But
do you think you can pop mine?
Probably I think so. Should we try it?
I don't want to die.
Do you want to try it?
Does it like?
This is a Crime exclusive. Can you sit in between my legs? Okay. Let me take my socks off just for the feet people.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Burp. Fucking demon just came out of me.
That was a burp?
Yeah.
I thought that was a fart.
Oh, I have to pee. All right.
It's too bad. That's too damn.
All right.
Watch me fucking die.
Yeah, I think you have to mic your neck because I got to put mine down. Okay. All right. Make sure you loosen up though, like just really relax, okay?
Yeah, but if there's too much tension, just stop.
You're good. Just relax. Ready?
What way are you going?
I'm going this way.
Oh.
Just relax.
So not recommended. Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
I just you.
Ready?
Oh! Thanks.
I can't believe it actually worked.
That one's deep in my like back.
Wow, that's what I'm saying, dude. When I pop it that way, like I just push it to the side instead of twisting, it gets so like in my back.
I can't believe it worked.
Oh my God.
I'm still shook.
I think like it's gonna take a while until it pops like mine, like because I think it just has to loosen up. Like yours isn't used to that, so we only got one each side there. But
nice.
I hope you could hear it. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay, Mammoth.
Yes.
That next day, yeah, we did a hike. It was like I think it was 5. Was it 5 miles like there and back, or was it 5 miles one way?
I think it was 2.5 miles one way, 2.5 miles back.
It was
but
uphill,
it's
though.
steep.
Gnarly.
It's literally steep. Like it's just like up, like sideways, zig, 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 zig.
Yeah.
And man, that felt like fucking demon time. I know for me, I was just thinking like, I felt really good. Like that was the overall getting there. I felt good mentally where I was like, I don't feel like the guy that's like, fuck, I'm dead. I'm dead. Which is obviously it's okay to be. But I'm saying like, I just don't want to be like that in that trip, you know?
Just kidding.
Get your moves up. But I remember being like, I'm actually pretty like, I'm doing pretty good, you know? And I feel good.
All did.
Exactly. Even Liz, she's small. She's a really tiny gal. And she made it all the way probably. If we stopped a few times before then, but even if we didn't stop, she probably would have only been like 20 minutes behind us. Like, if that. And it's hard to even finish that hoe, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking like a lot of other people would not be able to finish that.
I was dying. My legs were dead. And we ran a lot of it too, which I was just so surprised how well I was able to hang on because I was so drunk. I mean, not drunk. I was so hungover, imagine. And I knew I was like super dehydrated because I drank a shitload of water and I wasn't peeing. Like we got like, what, 3 hours of sleep? But I was just thinking about that too. Like that experience of like, okay, we went ham last night, but we got to fucking push through this. That gave me like such high school vibes for me because like every off season, like we take 2 weeks off from running in the winter after cross country season and then 2 weeks off after track season in the summer. And every time we would like
2
drink
weeks
or
out of the
smoke.
year.
I know. That's 4 weeks out of the year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Only 1 month we're not running. But we would get crunk. Like we would drink or smoke or whatever. But we'd always... Actually, that conflicts my story. I was going to say we always run after. But regardless of that, I do remember like several times in high school, anytime we were going to drink or party, we would run like before and the next day. Like, I don't know why, but I was so proud of that because I'm just like, I'm making up for it. Like, I'm making up for the fucking damage I just did to my body, you know? Which I don't even know if that's true or not, but it feels good. Like, it feels good to earn it, you know?
They were even so dedicated. I remember at one point a lot of times I'd fucking sleep in the next day. You know,
not anymore, though.
Is that wasn't there a... I never know these stories, right? I never know the details.
Damn it.
I think
it was a long time ago.
It was... What group ran and then went to prom or something? Or Black and Black?
Oh, that was a gnarly story. Yeah, that's kind of another one of those examples. Like, I don't think you went to Back in Black with us, did you?
I don't believe so. I think I cried.
We went to the.
I'm sure I did.
You actually did cry, huh?
I think so. I think it was for like some reason. I think, I believe it was because I don't know if I've told this. I swear I've told this. I think I was filling out a FAFSA form, like some FAFSA forms that were due that day.
Yeah.
Did I tell it here on the
do it
podcast?
again, though.
No, I don't want to tell the whole thing. But it was quick. Basically, I had to get some shit. I was the one that kind of like waited till last second, shocker, and essentially, it was either go to the dance or finish this. That's probably like you need to get this shit done, you know? Yeah. And I'm like already stressed because my mom doesn't have these forms. Like she's trying to find these forms. It's always like where my mom doesn't have anything. Like we asked for birth certificate.
It's her fault.
She doesn't know where it is. You know, like shit like that where it's like, Mom, how do you not know where these things are? She was always the worst at that. She's just like me. Yeah. And so it was already a stressful situation. So like kind of I think when I came to the realization I wasn't going to go, it like been so much built up anxiety of like trying to make everything work that like I think I remember like when I was in the shower I was like thinking like everyone's having a good time. Like I just spent like these hours of like, you know. We were at a school
dance while he was doing that. That's the whole story.
And yeah, I think I bawled. I was like, "Fuck this shit, bro." Yeah. It's like, God damn it. And then it's like the same conversation I have with myself all the time. Like, I should have just done it earlier.
You need to stop doing this, right?
Yeah, always. It's like nothing, you know?
Yeah, that scenario. That was, I think, junior year of high school. And that's when, like, we had all met each other, like, the gang. Like, we became really close and cool with each other. And so we were like, fuck it. Let's go to, can you mic that? It's kind of quiet. We were like, fuck it, let's go to Back in Black. This like crazy dance that our school would have that like everybody loved. And I never gone. I don't think any of us ever went before. And like we ran that day. We're talking about it. Like, oh yeah, fucking couple hours. We're gonna be in that hoe. We went. We had a good ass time, dude. Without Jaime.
It's great.
We had a great fucking time.
It's great.
Fucking yiking the night away, you know. And then yeah, I remember Angel spent the night at my house. We didn't go to sleep till like fucking, I don't know, 4 a.m. Like it was late. It was a late bender, and we slept. This is Friday night, and we always had long runs on Saturday. 30 minutes away in Denair on this road that's like crazy hilly.
Hawkins
it's like
Road.
It's a tough fucking day. Like you go ham that day, and like we barely slept. And we're like, fuck it, dude. We're still in this bitch. And we went. We hit a good ass long run too, and like it just felt so good that like. We still had fun and we're still fucking doing what we're supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just get off on that, you know? It's just like, goddamn right, I'm still going to earn it. You know?
Goddamn right.
Such like a fucking frat douche, you know?
And then speaking back to the whole, like, be aware of the next day, I feel like this is also such a healthier approach. You could try to do both. You could do one or the other. It depends on who you are. Mm-hmm. But, like, I feel like if you do kind of, like, have, like, a crazy, exciting day or a lot of stimulation or whatever, and, like, you're pushing the responsibility line in a sense where it's like you're staying up or whatever. Mm-hmm. Still try to make that effort to like do get after it the next day at one point, you know?
Yeah.
I know the whole still like just be aware, you know, take care of yourself. But, like if you could still just get after it at least a little bit, I feel like that's nice too. Because then that cuts a lot of it then and there. Like, boom, like now I could really, you know?
Also a big thing, I would still run after I drank, even after like high school, even after like my running career was done, like for a team, I would just run still. Like I remember that one night we got like, or me and Isabel got like fucking shit faced and you had to take care of us.
It's a good
Talk
story.
about that another time. But I was so hungover the next day and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go for a run. And it's kind of like a tradition almost at this point. Like if I don't go to the run, I'm gonna go to the gym. And I feel like it's just so good. Like, because you could just stay in bed all day, like, sleeping in your fucking dark room. But, like, I'm already depressed, so why am I going to put myself in that situation, you know? So, it just feels good. And then I feel like after that, my hangover always, like, subsides. Like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of a little reset, you know? Then you drink
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it just cuts it then and there. And then I think that's especially when you could be, like, super comfy with yourself. Like, super cozy. Like, put on your fucking favorite movie. Get in some, like, what do they used to call it? Snuggles? What is it? The pajama onesies? Snuggies, you know, get a snuggie, and put a candle on and just be like, you know?
Yeah.
That's why, like, doing stuff Saturday, relaxing Sunday is such a vibe. I don't think I really do that. I think I just go ham Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But
bro, if I had one phrase to sum up this whole Mammoth trip weekend, it's balls to the wall. Like, no sleep, getting fucked up all the time. Like, hot springs, this, that. Like we took a nap for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
like
once we finished the.
That should revive me though. A quick nap.
Well, okay, wait, real quick. Before 2 in the morning, we slept in though. Technically slept in, but not really. So after Friday, Saturday, so before the hike.
So the morning after we got there, like that night, yeah.
We went to sleep at probably like 5 a.m. I swear.
Yeah.
And we woke up at like 10 a.m. Maybe 11.
But dude, I don't know fucking why, but like Andrew and Angel.
Oh yeah.
Like if they're up, everybody else got to be up. Like fucking Angel wakes up, he goes upstairs where me, Noel, and Jaime are all sleeping, and Andrew. And he's like, wake the fuck up. Like, what are y'all doing? Come on. I'm like, just fuck off, dude. Like, why? Why do you need to come up here and wake me up because you're awake? And then fucking Andrew, the second morning we were there, like the day we were going to leave, we stayed up dumbass late that night too. He fucking wakes up, and he went to bed at the same time as us, which was like 4 a.m. And then he fucking wakes up at like 7.
Andrew's a fucking beast. Wait, he's the one. Wait, real quick. He is the staple. For no matter what fucking happens, he's waking up at 7 a.m. and doing at least 6 miles.
Yeah.
No matter
before anybody else is awake.
No, but I'm saying like never misses.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him not do that. He'll wake up, fucking drunk as shit, hungover as shit, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't brush his teeth. Gets on, puts his shoes on. First thing he does, puts his shoes on, goes, comes back, gets ready, feels really
Probably
good.
so dehydrated too.
Yeah.
It's like what?
And,
yeah,
but
it's impressive.
And no matter where we are, too, it could be the beach, it could be a hike, it could be anywhere. He's experiencing that whole. And I feel like that moment for him is probably so, like, amazing. You know? Like, it's probably a fucking bitch to get up for a second, you know? But then, like, you're just proving to yourself that you can do it every day. You know?
Like, a couple times we'll pull up to, like, this has happened several times. We'll take, like, a boys' trip to Santa Cruz, the beach, and as soon as we pull up, he's like, we'll go hit a run real quick. 6 miles in like fucking 40 minutes. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, what?
And he's like, yeah, just like
and he's just chilling the rest of the day. And then he doesn't eat until like 5 hours later. And I'm like,
he's a big faster too, so that's cool.
Yeah, he's like no body fats. It's pretty impressive.
It's literally you could see his muscles.
Fucking
Titan. He literally looks like a Titan. But they were being. Angel, I can understand because.
Why? Why do we give him a pass?
Because we're in a trip where it's like you're trying to make the most out of it. And not saying, like, I want to do that every time or I'll be that person. But I could see, like, at least 1 of 5 people have been raised enough to be like, come on, let's get up. Yeah, like, you know, we got to kind of at least. And think about it. If we don't get waking up, there's 5 fucking guys. Like, we're all going to be lazy as shit. We're probably not waking up till 2 p.m. And then be like, oh. Because this isn't no regular trip. Like, I could get it if we're at, like, Monterey or something. This is Mammoth Lakes where we do, like, twice a year, once a year, if that.
Yeah.
Like, this has to be, like, you probably should, especially now, our time constraint is 3 days, basically, 2.5. Usually used to be 4 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, to really make it, you got to wake up, you know? So, I see why his intention, like, dude, like, wake up. Yeah. I don't even remember getting woken up from that, so I don't think that, maybe that's why, too, because I'm fucking out of sleep. And then, but Andrew and Angel, I think, was a part of this. Why the fuck are you playing podcasts at 80 volume?
Loud.
Fucking, and like.
So loud. Andrew wakes up 2 hours of sleep max. Maybe 3. Fucking goes downstairs, blasts a podcast. And it's not like he put on fucking Joe Rogan or like fucking, I don't know, Full Send or some basic shit. He puts on this fucking one guy. It was annoying me so much. Like, it was like a solo podcaster, so he was just like repeating the same shit over and over.
Because they had a stream as well.
Yeah, he was streaming. I don't know what was happening, but I was fucking so heated.
I remember this one thing, and I think Chris is, you know, we're awake, conscious at the same time. Yeah. He's like, wait. He's like, GTA has how many sales? Wait, no way. GTA sold more than Star Wars combined?
Wait. GTA's made more money than the entire fucking Marvel franchise? Wait. Like 6 times, dude. Wait. That's crazy. No.
GTA? Like, GTA 6? GTA 6?
So many times.
And it's like 80 volume, and we're upstairs, and we could, like, but
still hear it.
There's just air. It's upstairs.
It was a loft, so it wasn't a separate room. It's like everything's connected.
Yeah, I'm just like,
so
miserable.
Noel was pissed too. He's like, if he fucking says GTA one more goddamn time.
There's just somebody, all 3 of us. He was on the bunk. We had bunk beds, cute.
Yeah.
He was on the top one. Noah was on the left bed, and we're all on the same vibe. Like,
Are you fucking serious?
I remember doing the whole like fold your pillow trick, like try to fold it and then like have one here, and then and nothing. Like I just had to get up, I think.
Yeah, dude. But one thing that I wanted to comment on about the trip was it really made me realize how poppin' podcasts are right now. Because every fucking time we were in the Airbnb, there was a podcast on the TV. And like a different podcast. Like one time it was Joe Rogan. One time it was No Jumper. One time it was fucking that fucking guy. One time it was Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
One time it was fucking... There was like way more,
I think, weren't we on it at one point too?
Yeah.
I think someone said Andrew's playing it.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
So shout out Andrew. That's the only one I accept. That's the only one you should do.
Yeah, if you can wake me up, at least wake me up to that.
At least wake me up to me.
To my own soothing ass voice.
To my own funny ass shit.
Yeah, dude. But that got me really hyped because I'm like, damn. Like, we were talking about the podcast a lot, too, on the way, like, there and back with Noelle. It just got me so excited. I'm just like, dude, I just love the fucking podcast. Like, the guests that we're going to have, the logo we're going to make, hopefully we want to get, like, an intro, like a little jingle going there, a little snippet. I'm just so excited for everything.
The world's ours.
It's just literally like the sky's the limit with this, dude. I'm really excited.
Me too. And you guys have been doing great with the support as well. Like our last video, 600 views in maybe 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. And even the initial few days, it was banging. He has 50 fucking likes, which is crazy.
A lot.
We're
with
still
us
getting
just being sad, like
with just an hour and 10-minute podcast, no guess. You know, I mean, goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
And then we 30 something comments and. We're getting like just guests or subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so cool to see because it's like really like damn, the world really is ours.
It's just cool because like starting a podcast, I was like, fuck, this is gonna be like a really like slow growth, and I think it's gonna be hard to get people to actually watch like us just talk. But I was really surprised. I've been really surprised by like the amount of like support. You know, it's really cool.
But back to the trip.
Yeah, let's try to wrap it up here a little bit.
Then after that hike, so we get to the lake, right? To finish the 2.5 mile. Lake. Beautiful, blue, fresh, cozy. Yep. A little colder than I anticipated.
Freezing, really cold. But we still plunged that hoe.
We still plunge it again. We all plunge it. Except for Angel and Liz, obviously. Pussy. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And we all plunge it. And I'm going to say something real quick, the little side thing. So for some reason, I wanted to like swim across the lake. I don't know. Just like, fuck it. I kind of want to just go swim across it, you know? And I was realizing this. I feel like I always kind of have those moments like in our hikes where I kind of go off for like a little bit.
On your own, yeah.
And I didn't realize I was like that guy that did that all the time. But I was like recalling so many times where I'm literally gone for like usually like 10 to 15 minutes. Like just always kind of like hiking around, you know? So I was like, fuck it, why not? And then I try to see if anyone else wanted to go. Of course, alpha, group leader, no one else is going to want to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I took like, I was sober this whole time. I just took like a little mini hit because I was like, I'm not getting high before I do this, you know? So I took like 2 hits and I was like, I'm chilling.
Sorry, real quick. The lake wasn't like a big ass lake.
No, it's pretty big.
You're imagining, but it was big enough to where it was like, that's very risky to swim across. Like, I was pretty concerned. Continue.
And what's crazy that you say about that is because I had no doubts in my head. Like, I had no, like, I didn't give a shit. Like, I was like, whatever. Like, it's not a big deal. The only thing is it's just kind of like, not like a disturbance, but it's just kind of a lot of effort to do it. That's the only reason I'd be like, ugh, you know?
It's like out of the way.
Exactly, out of the way. So that was the only thing. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to swim. So I just go, like, first it kind of took me a second to get in because I was like, fuck, I have to get back in this cold-ass water. Cold-ass water. Like get my thighs in, and then I just start diving in there, you know? And I just start swimming. And I feel hecka good for a second. I feel like I'm a really good swimmer, and I knew I was moving, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, felt good form. And about like 50% there, I was like, it's getting a lot tired, you know? We're going, though. We in here, you know? We in this hole. And then like 60% there, 65%, I'm kind of like, start kind of getting those thoughts of like, damn, I'm really in this hole, you know? Like, but I'm not. I like look up every once in a while and I'm like, wow, this is still really far, but I'm like pushing pace, you know?
That sounds like a nightmare.
And then definitely about 2/3, I start really kind of like slowing down. I'm like cold, you know? I try to float. I turn around to try to float, and I'm like too cold, and I feel like it's just like not worth it, you know? So I'm like, oh my God, I turn back around, and then like I'm literally going like this, like whoosh. Whoosh,
oh my
like
God.
Deep strokes, like
you were so far I couldn't see, but you were deep stroking that.
Yeah, and I kept looking up and being like, it's so far. And then that's when I kind of started thinking, I was like, if I start just like give up, sink, like no one's going to save me. I'm dead. Like you can't save me. I'm dead.
We're so
I just kept thinking like, God, I got to keep going. But this is so scary. Like no way I could just die.
Were
like,
you scared? Or
I got
just like, oh shit.
The only part I was kind of scared. I knew I was going to make that hole. Like I knew I was going to make that. I was like, God damn, I got to make this. But the only part I was kind of scared was just like, I kept telling myself, I kept looking up, which is probably bad. I was trying to not, like, I'd be like, get at least 5 strokes before you look up. But I would, look up, and I kept telling myself, like, don't even try to touch the ground. Because when you try to touch the ground, you're going to be like fucked. Giving up,
Yeah.
But I did, like, one point, and I thought I was close enough. And I knew I wasn't. And I thought I was. And I like try, and I'm like no ground, but I'm tired, man. And I'm like and like I just keep going. I'm like, it's gonna, and it so sucks because I'm like kind of close, but it's just like deep. And then I finally make it, and I'm like trying to catch my breath for a good 2 minutes, like I didn't care. I was just like,
we saw you when you got out. Yeah. You was like fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just like,
yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, like I made it,
Yeah.
And then I laid on the rock. At first, for a slight second, it was kind of like disappointing because the rock wasn't that warm and the sun wasn't that warm, and I was like, no way I did this for like nothing,
Yeah.
But then I moved myself to another position, a nice flat rock in the sun, and that's when I was like, this is why I did this. Like it's just so perfect. Like no one's around me. Like I'm vibing by myself. I get to like lay down, I chill for a while, and then I end up having to hike this little rock, like super rocky area.
Because you weren't swimming back.
I was not swimming back, dude. I was like, fuck that. I remember thinking like, thank God I could climb it. Because sometimes like, the lake's huge. You would have to take forever.
Yeah.
But it was just right there. And, like 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes of walking. But it was super rocky. So at first it was kind of tough. But I love.
Barefoot.
Barefoot. But I love those kind of like parts of the hike where you're kind of like
a monkey.
Exactly.
Spider.
Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And I think it's super fun. I think it's like stimulating as fuck. I think it's always like it's almost like how they say like an IQ test. Like they kind of ask you questions, but it's kind of biased because it's like some cultures could kind of understand these questions. Mm-hmm. Some cultures have no fucking idea, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of almost think of it, not literally, but I kind of think of it like the most basic IQ test where it's like literally just like problem solving to its like barest form, like
look,
but it's
analyze,
split seconds.
Plan your step.
Exactly, like very quick, just boom, boom. Like it takes a lot of thought, but in a second, it's not like crazy.
Our brain's so amazing, dude. Like the fact that our brain can manage all that. Like I'm analyzing the fucking texture of this. I'm planning where I'm gonna put my foot while I'm moving my hand to this spot, and that's so fucking.
It is complex,
dude.
And it's crazy how we've gotten to this point. Because I wonder if it's gotten easier or harder, like or just like how more aware we are, because like we say, like I think we've been here for a long time, so like just the fact that we're probably doing so much differently like 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 years ago, longer. It's like, how are you doing this? Like, how do you even think about this? Like, because I'm thinking about this just like hiking and I'm thinking, but like, how are you thinking about this? Anyways, lastly, there was like this one part where it was like sand, but it was like squished almost in a sense, really compacted.
Like mud?
Yeah. And like, but like it was hard and it was nice to like walk, but then it would kind of like squish every push, like just slightly like.
Dude, I have to pee so bad. Can you finish telling the story while I pee?
Yes.
Okay, go.
And it felt really nice on the feet. And I remember like Issa, she'd always say like, like try to go barefoot and things and like really plant your grounds to things or plant your feet to things to, oh wow, this is really intense. All right, we're good here. To really feel everything, So I remember just like thinking that in that moment, and my feet had never been like more satisfied. Sorry, I don't know why I'm hiding that. My feet had never been more satisfied. Like it was just so much stimulation. There's like, I don't know how many nerves in your feet, but I'm sure there's a lot. And I just felt like everything. And it was really good. It felt really good. I was by myself. I was chilling. I was comfy. I was in my moment. I was vibing. The only thing that kind of sucked was I kind of started getting to the forest area, and that floor isn't so like, great. And that was pretty painful. Make it back to them. By the time I get back to them, they're kind of chilling. I hide in this little burrow because it was windy as shit. And then we ended up hiking back. And I would say the hike back was pretty good, right?
Yes. It was all like downhill for the most part because, dude, Mammoth just has so many fucking lakes everywhere. Like, we're doing a hike to one lake at the top, but on the way to that lake, you pass like 3 lakes. It's crazy. Like, just all these little lakes scattered. But yeah, I was uphill the whole way, so it was really nice on the way down. I rolled the fuck out of my ankle though, like, because my legs were so tired. I was so dead.
And we met someone on shrooms.
Oh yeah, we met this guy. This guy was with like 3 girls. I was like, oh,
he's
nice.
that boy.
That boy. And he literally, the first thing that he said to us was, "You guys on shrooms?" Like, we were passing him on the trail. I was like, "You guys on shrooms?" Because Andrew was playing like reggae music. He's like, "Oh," Andrew was like, "Oh, a little bit," because he did, and somebody else.
I think that was trippy too, because like they were both like, what are the chances? Like, the first thought, the first question, and that they met each other, and they're both on shrooms. That was like, are you guys feeling yourselves? Like, you know, like,
well,
you guys
like,
sense
something?
something?
Some type of vibration here that you guys are both picking up on?
Do you see his nen?
Is there some kind of Ken? Which one is it?
Is it even Ken?
That's one. I think there's one called Ken.
Is it? I thought it was Ren. I don't know.
And the leaves start spinning.
Then the glass goes over. Shout out Hunter Hunter.
But that was cool. I want to talk about the concert.
Yes. Wait, can we finish? Make sure everything's good. Oh, yeah, sorry. I just want to make sure there's no in between. We just go get sandwiches, go to the house, take a 40 to 30-minute intermission. I take a nice cozy nap. And then we start getting ready for the concert.
We went to, we actually passed these people on the trail during the hike. They were like some old codgers, but they were like, "In the village, Beatles cover band tonight at 6.
Be there.
They were so hyped. Yeah, be there. And we're like, all right, we'll see you there. And we actually went, and that was cool. I know like some songs by the Beatles, but I don't think anybody else in our group really knew like very many songs at all. So
wait, real quick. Sorry, side note. Sorry. Just before we pass that, I love that interaction. Like the fact that
we found out from strangers.
From a stranger, like
Sick.
It's such a like. If you weren't how you are, I would have never had that night. You know, which is so cool to think. Like just very butterfly effecty, very warm, like wholesome conversation. And I remember when they said that, like we were all like, "Oh shit!" Like nice, like really, you know. And we would have made something happen. Like Mammoth is a place full of plans
happening. Yeah.
But the fact that kind of was like set that, you know, when he said that, we're like, okay, make sure. Literally, the whole hike changed to being like, okay, we got to make sure we're probably by the village around 6. You know, so that was really cool. Anyways,
and yeah, that was dope. Yeah, we took the let's fast forward. So yeah, 6 o'clock. Like we went up. We went a little late, so we got there probably like 6:45, 7, something like that. But yeah, they were going. It was cool. Like we ended up watching them a little bit. It was funny because me and Jaime like got in the crowd. We got like pretty close to the front. We're like, all right,
shuffled.
That song ends, and they're like, all right, it's been great. We'll see you later. Good night. Me and Jaime just looked at each other like, are you fucking serious?
Wait, it was 7:22. And
we started at 6. We were like, what the fuck?
We knew that the next person was going to be 8 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what the fuck is this 40-minute break
everybody left
shit?
so fast.
Yeah.
No.
It was cool, though. Like, the one song we heard, I thought was cool. It's crazy because
there's an encore, which is, it's cool songs. Let It Be, and I don't remember the other one.
I don't know.
Oh, Hey
he
Jude?
was knowing some good ones, too. You were singing.
Yeah.
And they're so much older. Like, a few of them were just, like, they're such a...
The crowd or the band?
Both. But the crowd.
Like the Beatles, fucking crazy.
And I think they even do their mannerisms. Like the guy was like,
they had long fucking bowl cut brown hair, and then they were dressed like one of the albums. It's called Dr. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band, some shit like that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. The demographic for that one was like, okay, something that surprises me is I've gone to Lake Tahoe a lot as a kid, and like something about these mountain towns, they always have live music. Like I think that's the thing for the summer. Like they just always have live music. It's sick. And I've been to Lake Tahoe before when they had live music, and it's like the genre of music is always like some like rock and roll type vibe, like something that I feel like typically for our generation, like our age people wouldn't be into. But like when I've been in Tahoe and Mammoth, like regardless of the music genre, there was always young people there just vibing. And I'm like, damn, like I feel like that's just maybe their environment. Like, what the fuck else do they have to do up there?
I really think
like,
so.
When there's live music, you're getting down regardless.
I
like,
love that.
Which is cool. It's like, be grateful for like what you have. Because a perfect example of that is before I graduated college like a couple months ago, Stan State, they have a free concert that they do for the students every year. and it's called Warrior Day. And I went to it, and they had 3 bands playing. And the first band that they had playing could have been because it's the first band, but I don't think so.
Could have been Records.
The first band that played, they were like a rock and roll band from Modesto, our area, and nobody fucking cared. Like, nobody was dancing. Nobody was up by the stage at all. Next band that comes on was like a corridos band, or I don't know, banda, and everybody's getting down. And then Pauly D came on. Of course, everybody's getting down. But like, literally the same genre, 2 different places. One place, there's people our age loving it. The other place, nobody fucking cares. You know? So it's like, damn, you know?
It is a interesting dilemma.
And it's usually like small bands too, like in these mountain towns when we've seen it. It's usually kind of like a no-name type of band, you know? So it's like...
Yeah, really underground. We met this... when the first time we went, we met this group called Through the Roots. Music's pretty good. Really good. And especially at the time, we were like so obsessed with them.
So sick. They're reggae,
and like super low-key too. And it was just like, damn, like you guys are good. It was sick. Cozy. But I love the idea that like how... I guess could you explain the setting too? Like when we actually started getting into the next band.
Yeah, so the next band came on at 8 p.m. and it was like getting dark at that time. They had like really cool lights and stuff on the stage. We like fucking made sure we got to the front right when they started. I don't know what about the setting you want, but like...
I was going to say the people around us, and then I'll like bring up what I was going to say, but you set up really well.
Yeah, so we got to the front pretty much, and quickly like there was hella people behind us, like it was a whole crowd, you know? And like a lot of older people, but there were actually like a lot of younger people too there, like a lot. And then something that was funny, you could cut me off if this is what you were going to say, but like we were vibing. It was a Foo...
Wait, it's not what I want to say. It's okay to cut you off.
It was a Foo Fighters band, or like cover band. I don't really know that much of their music, but like a few songs, a little bit. But yeah, we were vibing. It was cool vibes. Everybody was hyped. At one point, Jaime was like, "Look behind you." There's like these girls like.
Oh, that's not what I was gonna say, but that too.
That happened, and then this is the main point that I really want to say. Like we're vibing, right? That group of girls gets in front of us. Like I think they were like looking back like a little bit. They loved Jaime's purse. Jaime's been wearing a purse for the past like month or two. Yeah. And I love it, dude. I think it's so fucking sick. I love it. It's also like really funny, but it's really cool. Like he pulls the look off, and he was fucking with his purse, and the girls looked back, and they were like, "Yeah," like, they were so hyped. And then at one point, like we're all hyped, dancing, vibing. This fucking like 80-year-old lady comes through the crowd, right in front of me, and then. The girls that were in front of us, the 2 girls, they turned around and they were like, "Oh, hey!" Like they were so excited to see this like grandma, dude. And the grandma was like, "Hi." Whatever.
I thought she was with them.
Me too. Because they were like, oh, like they obviously knew her, you know. And the grandma was like dancing a little bit, whatever. And then she kept trying to dance with Jaime. Or, I don't know if she kept, but a couple times.
She kept kind of holding my arm a little longer than, you know.
She would hold her arms out, like dancing like this. She touched you?
I'm pretty sure. Because we got close. Remember when she was, remember that one point when she's kind of getting close to all us, like, hey, you know? And then like when she kind of backed away, like the arm thing kind of, you know?
It was funny too, because I expected you to dance with her. And like I was trying to fuck with her too, like just bust her balls a little bit. Like, because the lead singer was very like involved. Like he kept going up to the crowd,
he kept
handing
pointing
out guitar picks, pointing at people, touching their hands. And he was looking at her, and I was like, he's looking right at you. And then I don't know what she said, but I feel like she was like on a
She's
flirty.
She's like, help me.
No, I feel like she was on some like fucking flirty ass like sexual harassment vibes, because like she kept trying to dance with you. She kept trying to dance with other like young ass dude. Hella times. She kept trying to like call him like, come here.
That I think that's the only reason I wasn't vibing. Like, because I think in any other situation, I wouldn't give a shit and I'd be dancing. Yeah. But I think I was like so like hyper aware of the situation. I was like, are you okay? Like, is this okay? You know, like, what's going on? Yeah, like, for the boy's sake, right? For the guy's sake, whatever.
Yeah.
And for the girl, too. Or for the grandma. Like, both of them, I wasn't really saying, like, too, like, oh, like, whatever, this is a fun time. I was more like, are you okay here? Like, what is going on in your head? Is this too much for you? Like, should you go to the back? Guy, are you okay? Do you want to fucking, do you want me to drop kick her? I will. You know, like, anything. Like, I was just kind of like... I just started yanking her hair. Get away! It was so fun though. I thought it was funny too. And then Chris was so brutal, bro. So like at one point he pulls out his phone to start recording this poor old lady who's probably lost.
I was recording the band, and then I went to record her, And I didn't think she was going to turn around.
I'm literally looking at him doing this, and she's like staring onto the fucking camera, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, Chris, you got some balls. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, that's where I still was like, you menace, you know?
Yeah.
Here's the video. I'm sure you have it, right?
Yeah. I love that video.
And then I think she ends up leaving, and I was like, all right, good riddance, because I was thinking too much.
We just met her last night. Like, we don't even know her. I was like, oh, okay. Like, cause they were so hyped to see her, but then quickly I could see they were like,
That's where I started feeling bad too, because they were like whispering to us, like, oh yeah, we had just met her, right? But like the grandma was like right there, like just kind of like, you know,
she, as quick as she came, she went. Like,
and they came in the way
like 5-10 minutes, and she fucking just dipped.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then keep in mind, another note, the two girls, one of them was a little shorter. I was just saying the shorter one, so we could identify. She was in the front most of the time. Dude, she was so mesmerized by this this guy,
she loved this Foo Fighters washed up cover band.
He would fucking die for that man because she was like, she's trying to get up, and she's like trying to get up, and she's, you know, like trying to get up.
Touch him.
Oh my god, you know.
He gave her a guitar pick.
I'm not saying like it's whatever. It's just for me, right? One, I don't know this fucking band at all. I could give two shits, you know? Yeah. Even though I really love the band and I think it was cool.
Yeah.
But it was more funny, especially in the beginning, because like I really got into it after. But in the beginning, you know, like this guy is like a tad bit middle aged, you know? Like the other two guitarists.
Grandpa, matter of fact. He told us.
He got his baby onesies. I'm gonna be a granddad.
Holding the baby's onesie. Like, I'm a grandpa.
But like the two guitarists are like really older. Yeah. But that one I'm not tripping. That one I'm not tripping on because they like look their age, right? Or they just seem their age. Like cool.
They're acting their age.
This guy's the fucking lead guitarist, right? But like I already hate chin straps, right? This guy's a fucking chin strap, okay? He's like 40 years old, but he still has like the long hair, rock band, like skinny ass jeans.
Typical rock star, think about it, but 60 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm just like, bro, no way this girl is like wanting to die for this man right now, you know? And I'm like, either you're a big fan or what else? Like,
well, I saw them like popping stuff. Like they took out a little baggie and they had little like pills and they were taking them. So I don't know if they're on like Molly or something. But I feel like when you're on like that, like the Molly or SC or whatever, I've heard that like everything is like super pleasurable. So I feel like maybe she was just like so enamored by like everything, and especially him. He's probably like Jesus to her, you know?
He really, I mean, at one point, because his hair's all floppy and everything, she's probably like, wow, what is going on, you know?
Yeah. And that guy, on many different occasions throughout the concert, he kept like walking up to the front of the crowd and handing girls. It was always a girl. I think one time it was like a little boy, but he kept handing him like guitar picks.
Yeah,
I was just like,
and he would randomly like get around his pocket and just start popping him like, like so smooth. Like
he was taking full advantage of his platform.
Dude, he was living life. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. There was, dude, I swear there was one point where he made eye contact and it was like too much because I like.
He did that a lot.
I swear, no way your zipper's fucking that down.
Ooh, oops,
it's so popped from this side.
Wow. You want to zip it up for me?
I was just gonna hold it. There you go.
If you want to stay an intern in this company, you will zip it up for me, and you will like it.
That's the future of Chris. Be like, how much do you want to be on the board?
As CEO of this company?
Like a freaking fat with
like
3 hairs.
Me that you want it.
Yo.
You know, a fat ass muffin top.
It reminds me of
You gonna do it?
It's just like your 4 baby
Mr.
hairs
Rogers.
in back. Fucking Mr. Rogers.
I never even had him, but all the guys hated him. And apparently, he was like so nice to the girls and really
such
pervy,
a perv, bro. He's so
you had him?
Yes.
He was a perv?
He was awful.
Okay.
He's such a favorite. I remember I couldn't take a packet, and then this one cute girl, she was like shorter, and she fucking turned in her packet late, and it was fine.
And he took it, no problem.
He took it, and I put mine, and then I was like, "You're a fucking asshole."
Anybody who went to Enoch's high school in Modesto, shout out.
I remember Travis came up to him. He was like, stood up to him. He's like, "Well, I heard you let this person do the packet, so why can't I?" And then he's like
late,
if you're gonna make a big deal out of this, like, you know, and then he like got sent to the office. And I think the next day he like apologized. He's like, "I'm sorry," like, you know. And I think he tried to take his packet or something. But it's like, bro, you're so annoying, you know?
Yeah. If anybody in the comments had that experience,
tell me your experience.
Male
with Mr.
or
Roger.
female, with Mr. Rogers, the history teacher at James C. Enoch's High School, 95355. Apparently, he was like super biased with girls and like it was a little creepy. But I never had him. But yeah, let us know your experience if it's not too traumatic.
Real quick, we're speaking of the guitarists. They were sick. Like,
yeah,
more this one. Here's a picture of one. He had
the guy looked like Hank Moody, the guy that I showed you. You're not gonna know who it is because it's a show character you haven't seen.
He looked like that cool dad that was just like, you know, he's just vibing. Like, seems like he's like, oh, like I'm in a rock band, you know, like cool. And then he had a fucking, I'm talking about this every time, but he had a sick ass sticker, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just thought his sticker was so sick. Like, it was like there was only 3 stickers in his guitar, so it kind of stood out. It was very dark, and it was just like I'm pretty sure it's a guy with a mullet
or a girl.
It could be either or with a star.
I'll zoom in on it here. I should be able to get something.
But it just seems so sick. Like, what a representation. Like, I would love to have that. So I'm gonna try to find that.
Even his guitar was sick too. I liked it.
And then the other guy was like a cowboy fucking guy, you know, had like the embroidered shit. And this other guy, I'm sorry, not to hate on him. 2 things. Not to be a jerk.
No.
One,
let him have it.
I feel like, you know, on stage you kind of have to have your own character, right? Like your own personality, and I'm sure it's like, you know,
because you've been on stage, right?
Yeah. And I did that one poem. So,
true.
You know,
in high school, the poetry slam.
Do your homework, bud, before you try to insult me and my company. You know, read the files.
I will call the police. I will call ICE, as a matter of fact.
Why would you do that?
It's too far. Anyways, go ahead.
No, you're good. And for him, it was like doing this like whole smile thing. I don't know if you saw this. It's like acting like, hey, he's having the best time. I'm not saying he's not, but like
the
young
like, guy, right?
Oh yes, okay. You're just like over like, like for some
like you're in a rock band,
but throughout the whole thing, like no stopping, like you know, like hey, you know. And I was just like, how are you like this the whole time? Like there's no serious moment where you're like. It's like everything. He's just like laughing. Like he's always like, it's like I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater off like happy people.
It sounds like it, but
no, it really is. You just gotta be there. You just had to be there because it was just like interesting.
The vibe was different because everybody had the vibe. Like the lead singer, of course, was like like super into it, smiling, laughing, like telling little stories real quick. The guitarist too, like they get hella into it, like like get the fucking that good face, like you're really just hitting those chords, and then they like. Smile and then they'd laugh and then like you know back to serious and you know they all had that like good rock star vibe, but that guy for sure. I didn't look too much, but every time he was just like cheesing it so hard.
Seriously, I was like, what is going on? Like it was almost like that part where you're like kind of laughing, like he's like laughing almost, you know. But it's like all the time. So I'm not saying like he can't be smiling. It's like he's like laughing almost like throughout everything. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then the drummer was sick. The rock band guy was cool. It was kind of funny because of like the perspective. But throughout the whole night, I was having such a good time. Like they were killing it. Like
it was cool.
I was really such a vibe. There was 3 what's it called? 4 of us, sorry. I'm not including myself. There's 4 of us. Andrew was vibing, bro. Andrew had his hood on the whole time. He was just chilling there. He's just like
bobbing.
You know, me, Noel, and Chris were just like fucking getting hyped. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Behind us was like a high school group of like cross country. They all had like their cross country.
Yeah, when you go to Mammoth, there's a shitload of like teams. You see hecka like running teams everywhere. Like just there's a lot of like teenage or like early 20s groups of guys and girls. Anyways.
It's a big spot to train.
Yeah.
And obviously they're boys, right? Like young boys. So they're just fucking they're almost hyped sometimes obnoxiously. You know, they would like say some random shit, be like, I love you. But like, obviously they don't fucking know. You know, something we do.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that was that they were hyped. Like every time I looked at them, hey, but like not obnoxiously all the time. Like it was only like a couple times that they were saying, like
they were just like
having a good time. And then like eventually I kind of like looking around like everyone's like hyped, like, you know? And that was like such a cool environment to be in. Like just like everyone's having a good time. Like, and almost to that point where you're like young, old, like, you're just vibing. You're there. Everybody. This is what you're going to do. You're there voluntarily. This is what we got to do. Like, I'm going to vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Like, then there's not like that whole trying to be cool. Either you're shy or you're too much or you're shy. It's just like, you're just going to do what you want, you know? Yeah. And that's really that fun. Moments that it's like, oh, this is nice, you know?
Yeah. Should we wrap up here?
Can we finish the trip and then wrap up?
Yeah.
But we'll try to finish the trip without interruptions, right?
Yeah, because after that, we went to the hot springs again. That night. Pretty late, but not as late as the first night.
Another great stars. A lot of shooting stars.
It was really nice, but it's definitely like just different energy than the first night. Like, not in a bad way, but it just everybody was just kind of more like, okay, we're winding down now.
Yeah, it's more relaxed. I don't know how we're on crack. The first night because it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
you know,
and we're so hyped, just like shit faced. And
then the next night was more like enjoying the hot spring, relaxing, and then the time like We were only there for an hour, you know?
Yeah.
But it was still a really good time. I was chilling, you know? We tried to save a cow. This cow kept mooing. We kept trying to find it, and it would just keep getting deeper and deeper. And we thought it was stuck originally because it just kept mooing in one spot.
Yeah, dude, it's just like farm, like around that area, it's just like flat, like plains, like I don't know. But yeah, there's hella cows. It's like you just hear cows in the distance, like, and then you hear coyotes just like howling coyotes and barking.
All over the. It was crazy because we were walking back and there was a coyote sound here. There's a coyote sound here. There's a coyote sound there, like all howling,
different places. Yeah,
and it was like, what the fuck's going on?
Even like it sounded like they're like growling, like they're like fighting almost. Like
yeah. And you're surrounded by that. Jerry duty, something duty.
Yeah.
And then we hike back. We go. We put on a movie. I knock out. You guys watch the movie.
Yeah, we stayed to watch this movie. It's a scary movie called The Ritual. I watched like the first like maybe 30 minutes before. And I remember thinking like, dude, this looks like a good ass movie, like good plot. It's already scaring me a lot. But we didn't get to finish it like, I don't know, months ago when I started it. So this time I recommended it. We watched it. And I just regretted it immediately. I don't know why. Like, not immediately, but once it started getting like really scary, like it was scary. Like it kept you on the edge like all the time. Like it was really good, I guess, for that reason. But for some reason I feel like me and Noel were just like not in the right headspace. Like I think it's just the lack of sleep. We're just so tired. Like emotionally you're exhausted, everything drained. And now you're like going through like such a tense like film. It was just gnarly. Like, it was just so anxious the whole time. And then it was really good until, like, the end. I'd say it got kind of, like, far out a little bit.
For me.
With, like, some witchcraft type stuff going on. I don't know what else I could say if you don't want me to ruin it. But, yeah.
Please.
You going to watch it?
I believe so.
It's pretty good. I would recommend it.
I really was...
Just the end kind of threw me out. I was like, wait.
I hadn't heard of the movie, right, at all. But I really, like, appreciated the beginning. I only watched maybe, like, the first 20 minutes. Right? But I was thinking, like, this is really good. Like, this is really good. And I don't know. Like, I think I was more shocked just because, like, I didn't pick it. You know? I'm always like, holy shit.
We've been having more movie nights lately, which is really nice. I really appreciate it because I'm starting to get my, like, movie game up because I haven't watched shit. And, yeah, I picked this one, and apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing directing, too.
Everybody's like, that shit was mid in the comments.
I don't know. I didn't get to the end. I only got the first 20 minutes. But I thought it was a really good setup, and, like, the intensity was there, you know? The thrill was there.
It had you.
But then I was, like, I was trying to watch it. I was trying to, and I was just like, I can't do it. Like, I was, like, my eyes were, like, literally.
Because I just never, ever fall asleep during a movie. I always stay awake during movies. It's kind of like a curse because it's, like, I'm a very, like, annoying sleeper because it's really hard for me to fall asleep. Like, I have to be super comfy. And if there's a movie on, I'm just too distracted. Like, I have to watch it. I have to watch it or I have to leave and, like, go to the room and sleep, you know? I can't just fall asleep there. But, yeah, of course, I stayed awake until, like, I could have slept, like, 2 hours earlier. And instead, I stayed up. And then I was like, yeah.
I always say this. I've said this all the time. Like, I used to always do that, too. And it was like a curse sometimes because I remember there'd be like times, and a lot of times I'd watch movies with my mom and stuff. Would be like we'd put another movie or like a movie I'd already seen. Like I'm probably not even that into it, you know, maybe just certain parts. But like I have to finish it. Like even if I'd already seen it, if I wasn't the most anticipated movie, like I've already started it. Like I have to, you know. Yeah. And then I start working, and then I was like, fuck that shit. But it sucks because like I want to stay up. Like I love watching movies, you know?
Yeah. I remember when we went to Reno. We stayed 2 nights, and each night me and you watched a movie. And the first night you actually stayed awake. Did you fall asleep?
No, because we watched the whole watched the Silent Voice
anime. Cute really movie. Sad movie, but it was cute, yeah. And then the second night you put on a movie and you just fell asleep instantly. And I wanted to stay up so bad, and then I just didn't. I like turned it off and just went to sleep. But
did you say you just lied then? You say you never fell asleep during a movie?
Well, I turned it off.
Okay, that's a good save.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I did watch it for a long time though. Like I was like,
you got like halfway, didn't you?
Yeah, and I still want to finish it because it was just kind of like.
It was called.
Like your vibe. You always like those weird ass movies where it's like, it was like a western, but like a new western, you know. And
Old
just
dog,
like
something dog.
Weird, like I'll put it here, but it was just like I don't know, weird vibes. Really slow.
I heard it was really good.
Slow development, but like yeah, I don't know. You're really into that. Like The Lighthouse. Fucking hate that movie.
Fuck you. And then we fell asleep. Woke up the next morning again at a good time.
Dumbass early because of the fucking podcast blaring.
Oh, yes. I went back to sleep, though. I stayed because my alarm went off. We're supposed to wake up at 8. This is like the first time I don't know. Prove me wrong. Say me wrong. I guess you would know because you usually sleep in a lot of time. But I feel like a lot of the Airbnb trips, I wake up at a good time to help.
Yeah, you do.
And I think like I do that most of the time.
On the last day, you're saying?
Yes. And one, because it's my B&B, so usually I'm the one doing it, so I like to make sure, like, fuck, I don't want to...
It's clean.
Yeah, like, everything's good, you know? Like, I appreciate the rules, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, like, I don't know, I feel like helping out, right? But this one, I feel bad. I almost felt guilty. But I fucking slept till, like, 30 minutes before we had to check out. Yeah. And I was like, oh, my God, I felt such a dick, but it felt so good. And then I, like, showered hella quick. I changed. I didn't shower that quick, but I showered, changed. But then... Like, whatever I could do, I was trying to do. Even though I didn't do much. But I remember being like, fuck, the dish is already done, dude. I looked, I was like, how are the dishes done? Like, the trash was already on the floor. Like, looking at things, there wasn't really anything. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, you know, like, I can't help. And I did a few things, but
not much,
it was crazy. Yeah. It felt good.
Me
but
too.
I definitely want to be on, I like being on the making sure everything's good side. Because then I'm like, oh, like, you know, I help.
I don't care, so I just sleep in.
Dude,
so
Chris,
I woke up probably like
Chris
45 minutes before
always
we left.
like that. Wait, sorry.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Especially with like Vale,
yeah.
You guys would always just be like sleeping, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's different when you're in a relationship because you kind of have that other person where you're like it's your thing almost where it's like, let's just go to sleep. Yeah. Like, you know, let's just be selfish. All the fucking people are sleeping away. You just always do that. I'd be like, you know? You wake up and be like, you know, brushing your teeth while we're like, all right, everything's done. So
but this time, Vale wasn't there, and I was a fucking menace. I slept in until like 45 minutes probably. I woke up a little bit earlier than you, but I thought of two funny-ass things. One, we were all like, since we woke up so late, we were all like fucking hauling ass trying to get our shit like out of there because it was checkout time. And I think we left at like 10:20, which is checkout was at 10. So we were like 20 minutes late.
We never do that.
We had the front door wide open, and we're like about to leave. Like we're getting the last like couple things. I think we had like two trips of just like
it was like 10:10 at the
like,
time.
The last bags, whatever. Fucking Jaime. We go up to the bathroom upstairs, like just doing a last scan, make sure we didn't leave anything behind, anything like that. Jaime's in the bathroom. I'm in there with him, and he's like, "Should I take this toilet paper?" I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And there was 2 rolls. There was one full roll on like in the basket, and then there was one like half-used roll. I thought he was gonna take the half-used roll, like just fuck it, you know, like for hiking, whatever. And you need to shit in the wild. He takes the full roll.
He was so shook when I did that. He's like,
"What are you doing?"
The full roll. I was gonna fucking take the half-used one.
We go downstairs. We're like getting our stuff, about to walk out the door. The owner of the Airbnb comes to the door. And I don't even know if he said anything, but he was just staring at us, like waiting for us to leave. And Jaime has the fucking toilet paper in his hands, like right in view. And then he gives it to Noel. He's like, "Take this." And then Noel like shoved it in his fucking sweater. And I was just like, bro, what an L. Like, God.
It was crazy too because we had like grams of weed in a Ziploc bag on the thing. And I don't know where Andrew's bong was. I was like, God, what if you just stayed?
It tipped over on the floor and it spilled the bong water. So it smelled, I'm sure it smelled like weed, like nasty.
I was so pissed.
Bong water in there.
I was like, fuck, I just like spent time cleaning it.
And to make that worse, like I'm sure it smelled like weed. There's weed visibly on the counter. On the fucking second day of our trip there, Angel, who like used his Airbnb account to get the Airbnb, gets a message from the Airbnb owner, and he was like, "Hey Angel, I'm getting complaints that it smells like marijuana. Hope you guys aren't like smoking inside." I don't know what else it said, but it was basically like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know? Yeah. And we're all just like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And then he
worst case scenario.
And then the owner pulls up right when we're leaving. And he sees that, like the smell. I'm sure it smelled like weed in there. Like, dude, they weren't very careful.
I so happy I wasn't the one renting
the owner,
because
the renter.
Everyone knows when I'm doing the B&B, like I'm literally so anal about shit like that. Sometimes, like I'm like, please guys, I was like, just don't smoke, or I'll even if they are, I'll be like, okay, just like can you try to blow it out or something. Like I'm so careful with the rules, you know. Like if they say something, like I'm gonna be like, don't, you know.
Yeah.
And so when he got that message, it was like my worst fear, but not in my circumstance. And I was still concerned because I wanted to sleep somewhere. Yeah. But I was like, Jesus Christ, like, you know, like thank God I didn't fucking do that, you know. And then
that was good.
We did.
Noel was dying to go to the track up there. The
whole trip.
All Noel would talk about. Who doesn't even really like run, by the way. Like you would think it'd be us like fucking whoring over this track because we're runners, but like Noel, he just wanted to play soccer like in the middle of it.
I don't even know if he said that any time because he just
like, I just want to go to the track. I just want
to
go to the track.
We're just like, why do you want to go to the track so bad? You know,
it's a beautiful ass track. I'll put a bunch of pictures right here. It's so beautiful, dude. Like
it's
by far
the
the best track you'll probably ever see. Like top 3, top 5. It's banging. And yeah, so that's kind of like a tradition. I feel like at least the 2 times I've been the last 2 years. The day we're leaving, we go to the track, hit like a little workout, little run, mess around, take some banging ass photos, and then we dip. But yeah, that was fun. Played soccer, juggled the ball a little bit.
Hit a 656 mile and 8,000 elevation.
Hungover, fucking doing substances all weekend.
Uh-huh.
That was nice. Yeah, that was good. I love running in the elevation too. It's just like so challenging.
Different feeling.
Yeah, you're fucking huffing and puffing.
And then lastly, we get some food,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're almost, or no, we start driving. And remember, there was a spot we went to originally. It's a river, right? But originally, there was hella snakes there.
In high school, like 5-6 years ago, we went because our coach would have us like ice in the river after each run. So yeah, on the way home, we stopped in this river to ice. Sorry, I just want to give context.
No, you're better at giving context than I am because I just zoom by,
Yeah.
I just assume you know me. And we went this time. I was like, fuck it, we should go.
Yeah.
And we go, we like dip in. We already did that Death Lake coldness, so it wasn't as bad. Yeah. We just vibed for like 40 minutes, and that was nice. That was our last little thing. Like, we just went in the water for a little bit, got all fresh, dunked in, all of us, and then got out and then drove home.
There were hella snakes there the last time we went in high school to that spot to ice. And this time we were expecting hella snakes. There were snake eggs last time too in the water. I was like, what
snakes
the fuck
in the
is
water,
happening?
Snakes around us. It was crazy.
This time there was no snakes or eggs. But yeah. And you know what's something that's fucking crazy? Such a scenic drive. California, dude. We have so much beauty, bro. It's fucking crazy. Even in Northern California, like I feel like when people think of California, they think of Southern California, where it's like beaches and like deserts and shit. Just beautiful. It's beautiful here, dude. Like where we live in like a honky like farm area. But like 2 hours from us, we have Yosemite, bro. We have fucking beautiful ass mountains everywhere, lakes, creeks, snow, forest. It's so fucking beautiful. I'll put pictures from that drive back, dude. But it was so fucking beautiful. Something that's crazy too. I haven't told you. We were driving back. We went a different way back. We went over like Highway 108, Sonora Pass. If anybody knows, I'm sure none of you do. I'm that boy, dude. I drove all the way back with no directions.
Chris is the best at that.
I think I just used to go on heckin' like camping trips with my family and stuff. So I always like paid attention. I don't know why, but I'm really good at driving without directions and stuff. Good memory. And anyways, we're driving over this pass called Sonora Pass. It's crazy windy, super steep, beautiful views, no service, balls deep, middle of nowhere. You're basically touching the sun. You're up so high. We went over the pass. We're driving down. There was a car like pulled over on the side of the road. And as we're driving past, I just glanced over. It was a couple with a baby, right? And I saw the lady and I was like, it kind of looks like my cousin's wife. And then I know they have like a baby. And then I looked at the guy and I was like, I can't tell if that's like my cousin or not. I don't know. I'm like, I'm not going to stop, bro. Like, it's a fucking 4-hour drive. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's probably not them. I get home. My mom's like, oh, your cousin, Doug and Chelsea? They're on their way to Mammoth right now, actually. And I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, I think I saw them like balls deep on Sonora Pass.
Wow,
like,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I feel bad that I didn't stop, but I'm like, bro, like I'm not gonna stop. Make all of us stop just for that. Like,
and Mammoth or that roads are usually just one lane, so it'd been hard to do even a U-turn to come back or something.
Sketch.
You know,
it's sketch as hell. But yeah, I thought that was fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Small world, you know.
Small world.
Yeah.
Got home, chilled.
Chilled. I went to jiu-jitsu, earned it.
I fucking went to jiu-jitsu right away.
4-hour drive, dude. 3 hours of sleep.
And it was intense, I tell you.
2 hours of sleep.
2 hours of sleep.
1 hour of sleep.
I didn't sleep. You slept. But should I wrap it up?
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching.
Hope you stuck with us this far.
I think we're like 2 hours in?
Pretty sure the camera probably stopped by now, but yeah, probably like 2 hours, I think, about.
Keep showing us love. Keep showing us support. We appreciate it as always.
Damn it. Something I forgot to say. Damn it. I want to say this in the beginning. I looked at the stats. 70% of people who watch the channel, over 70, it's like 74, are not subscribed. So can you please subscribe if you're still watching? Fuck, I should have said that at the beginning.
God damn it. Well, for
next
time. For the 3 people that are still listening right now, we're going to say it again next podcast right at the beginning. That's the first thing we're saying. No, you're not obligated. But I mean, if you're making it this far and you didn't sub, you basically just fucking fucked me and didn't pay me.
What are we
so,
doing?
You know? First episode with a new wall features and the cozy show. Thanks again, LXS Sacred Creations. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions you have to say? Do you enjoy
From us?
Do you enjoy any rock concerts?
What's your favorite genre of music?
If you had a foursome as your first sex experience, would you be more ashamed to tell people, or would you be more proud to tell people?
That's a good one, actually. It's a really good question.
I know.
If your family was starving, would you steal bread to feed them?
When was the last time you looked at yourself?
In the mirror.
Period. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you next time.
Bye.